we will be doing normal shows head to head. Next week, we have got the first TakeOver. So it's going to be NXT TakeOver versus Dynamite. That's on the Wednesday. On the Thursday, it's TakeOver Day 2. And then obviously the week after, that's it. NXT moves. So this is the final normal NXT versus a normal AEW Dynamite. So kind of in a way, it feels like the war is over tonight. Although saying that, I think there's a very good chance AEW beats NXT next week. Even though NXT is going to be stacked, I feel like AEW has got such a lead now. They tend to be a good couple of 100,000 ahead every week. It really wouldn't surprise me if AEW beats TakeOver next week. I'm sure they're going to have a big show tonight, and they'll announce some big stuff for next week. I don't think AEW are in the business of rolling over. So that could actually make tonight quite interesting. I don't think they're going to give up next week. I don't think they're just going to hand next week to TakeOver. I think they're going to want to be competitive. I think they're going to want a big show. I mean, honestly, if ever you was going to do a big show, WrestleMania week is very much the time where you bring out your big guns, your big weapons. So could something happen tonight to set up for next week? That is the question. Will something big happen tonight to set up for next week? You could have Okada walk out tonight and then tease that he's going to be on the show next week. Okada is here. What does this mean? I'm not expecting that. I'm just using that as an example of, could something happen tonight to get you to tune in for next week? AEW are not going to want TakeOver to destroy them. Why would they want that? Why would they roll over? Why would they concede? Why would they throw their hands up and go, yep, this is your week, we understand? They're not going to do that. They wouldn't do that. So I'm expecting something from AEW tonight. Something that sets us up for next week. But I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong, but I really would expect them to do something. I can't believe they're just going to roll over. Has anyone watched Godzilla versus King Kong? Asks Holloman Boy. Is it out today? It was Wednesday, wasn't it? I haven't seen it. I also don't have any plans to see it, to be honest. I haven't seen any of the other King Kong Godzilla films. I've kind of caught bits of them when they've been on TV, but I've never gone out my way to watch them, to be honest. But yeah, I've not seen any reviews. I hope it's good. I've seen a lot of excitement for it. We've kind of been starved of big action movies, what with like the world being in lockdown. So I can only remember that was it Tenant? I only remember Tenant coming out. So yeah, this is kind of a big deal, isn't it? I'm seeing a lot of hype for it. So hopefully it's good. Hopefully people that do see it will be excited. Stuart says, not yet. I do love Godzilla and Kong. I will see it, but maybe on DVD. I don't go to the movies often. I want to see Rugrats. Have they got a film? What's going on? Heather says, no days, no Okada. Okada isn't a big fish anymore. Plus, he is jacked up back right now. Yeah, the Okada thing was an example. I wouldn't expect Okada. And I honestly don't even know what he's doing at the moment. I know New Japan have actually got some big shows coming up. I've seen quite a lot of activity over in New Japan. Obviously, they unveiled their new championship. We spoke about it yesterday during the NWA stream that we did. So we've already covered that. My gut feelings on that championship, it was about 5 out of 10 when I first saw it. It's gone to about a 6.5 now. I am warming to it, but I don't think I'll ever think that it's amazing. I think I'm sneaking up to the point where I'm like, it's okay. I think I'm about there, actually. It's okay. When I first saw it, I thought it was trash. I thought it was awful. I thought it was well below average. I thought it was horrible. All of those words. But now that I've seen Kota holding it, and it's a bit bigger than what the first picture I saw made it look, and the fact that it's quite shiny as well. There's actually a bit of detail in there. There's a few different coloured gems, and I don't know. There's a bit of work that's gone into it. So as a result, I do appreciate it a little more now. But I don't like the shape, and I'm never gonna like the shape. And as a result, I think it's about a 6.5 for that New Japan belt. So yeah, that's kind of grown. But I know there's a lot going on in New Japan, so I'm not expecting a Okada. But I really am expecting something. I mean, they've got to get viewers for next week. I can't believe they're just going to accept that next week will be NXT TakeOver week and there's nothing we can do. You'd have to think they will have had this planned. If I was running a wrestling business, I would have had this week planned for a long time. A long time. This is WrestleMania week. You know that NXT is going to be big this week. You know that this is the week where casual fans are really looking at wrestling. So you would think that they would do something for WrestleMania week. And if you're going to do something, you would start planting a few seeds. You would plant a few seeds tonight. So let's see. We'll see what they've got up their sleeves. Days, reports have confirmed that there will be a qualifying tag match on night 1, and the winner faces the women's tag champions on night 2. Is that for NXT, is it? Shout out to you, Harley. Hope you are well. Daniel said, I'm absolutely gutted about Till. As a Scouser myself, that Nate Diaz, Leon Edwards fight made me freak out when I was scrolling. Yes. 262 looks absolutely stacked. I agree. I completely agree. What a fight that's going to be. I can't believe that. I mean, I don't know what's happening with Bilal Muhammad, but I thought they would just do Leon Edwards against Bilal Muhammad again. For those that joined us on the UFC stream, Leon Edwards poked Bilal Muhammad in the eye. The fight was stopped. It was a fight we were all looking forward to. We hadn't seen Leon Edwards for a long time, so to see him back in the octagon, and he was looking good as well. He was looking good against Bilal Muhammad. So to see him back in there, he was winning, and then eye poke, and, that was it. So very frustrating that's how that fight ended. I thought they would just run that fight back. For whatever reason, I don't know if Bilal Muhammad is out for a while. They're moving forward with Leon Edwards, and they've given him what a fight. What a fight, Nate Diaz. So that is our co-main event of 262. That is a massive, massive fight. So, yeah, I would imagine the MMA world squealed when they saw that one. So, yeah, exciting. Bonyak Attack says, Days, I got a question. Who is your most relatable Bonyak family member? I don't know them yet. So Bonyak's doing something quite interesting on his channel where he's got all these different personalities that are like on his channel, but we haven't been properly introduced to them. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see how that unfolds. Kevin G says, I give AEW a chance, but Cody putting himself over and in every segment and putting his wife in everything, NXT is better because they're a lot of indie guys, not mainstream like Raw and SmackDown, says Kevin. I honestly think that AEW has got its strengths and it's got its weaknesses. I think that NXT has got its strengths and it's got its weaknesses. And I think they're very close. We've said many times that I think if someone was to say what's the better show, I would probably say NXT. And I am only basing that on the fact that it's when we've done the head-to-heads, I think I've scored NXT higher on more weeks. So I would say NXT based on that. But I know for a fact that if I have scored NXT higher, it's never been by much. It's never been by much. Week after week, the shows are very close, in my opinion. Very close. Because I do think that the strengths and weaknesses on both shows. So I honestly, I mean, I kind of feel relatively impartial when it comes to this because I would like to see AEW do well. It's always good to see WWE have competition because that tends to bring the best out of WWE. Plus, also, there's a lot of stars that have left WWE that need somewhere to go. I mean, look at how Sting was being used by WWE. They seemingly didn't have anything for him. You need another company that can give him the cinematic match that he just had. There's a lot of talent that's in that kind of situation. Rusev, very frustrated in WWE, so he needs somewhere else to go. So I think there's definitely a place for AEW, and I think that they do some stuff really well. But there's no denying they've made tons of mistakes. They've got loads of stuff wrong. They've got a very passionate fan base, which is obviously great for them, but they're struggling to kind of expand beyond that. I think they're catering to their passionate fan base very well, but they're seemingly struggling to attract new viewers. But that's not a problem that they've got alone. I mean, Raw is struggling to attract new viewers. SmackDown is struggling to attract new viewers. Wrestling is struggling to attract new viewers. So they're certainly not alone in that. Every company is feeling that. But I don't think there's any denying that they've made a few mistakes and whatever. So, yeah, it's a very interesting conversation. It kind of feels a bit weird that this is the last week we're going to get a proper head-to-head. Like a normal 2 shows, proper head-to-head. It feels a bit strange that it's kind of coming to an end. I do like it. I do like the fact it's coming to an end because I don't know if anything positive came out of it, to be honest. I think we saw loads of arguing on social media. We saw a few snipes being taken by both shows. More AEW, to be honest. But we saw a few snipes as well. That got the fan bases fired up. People were getting angry even when the ratings were coming out. And it was just, I don't know. I don't know if anything positive came out of this little head-to-head. So I think, NXT goes back to focusing on itself. AEW focus on themselves. Wrestling fans have got, something to watch on a Tuesday. They got something to watch on a Wednesday. Obviously, if you watch Impact, that's now on a Thursday. You've got Raw, you've got SmackDown. Like every single day of the working week is now covered from a wrestling perspective. So, yeah, kind of crazy, isn't it? Kind of crazy how it's all panned out. But I love it. I mean, we're going to be covering NXT on a Tuesday. And, of course, we're going to be covering AEW on a Wednesday. It's me, Reese, says Days. I just want to let you know that I've had some mental health problems lately. Your streams have took my mind off of that. Thank you. I don't know how I can repay you. You don't have to. I honestly, that's great to hear. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and that helps. I don't want to sit here and say that I have mental health issues because that wouldn't be true, and I wouldn't want to say that. But it definitely helps. I think it has been hard. What we've been in lockdown. I'm very fortunate that I've got family around, so I'm never like on my own. But I suppose I am on my own right now as I'm talking to you guys. But that's why I love doing the streams because, I'm sort of in the same boat as you guys. Like a lot of you out there watch wrestling on your own. And that's exactly the situation that I'm still in. I watch wrestling on my own. So you guys give me an opportunity just to share my thoughts. And that's why I like to encourage your opinions and your thoughts because I feel like we're all in the same boat. And that's exactly what these streams should be here for. So I'm glad they provide a distraction, and I'm glad that that sense of community gets across as well. It's good. It's really good. I get told a few things like that every now and again, and it's good. It's good that it has that effect as well. So shout out to you, buddy. Appreciate the kind words. Jordan the Gamer Gaming says, Days, do you think WrestleMania will be Roman versus Edge? And at night 2, do you think it will be Edge versus Daniel? I do want to see that match. they've announced the triple threat. So it's not going to go that way. They've said, and I can't imagine that will change. It may change, but I can't imagine that it would change. But they've said that it's going to be the triple threat. So yeah, I think you're just going to get Edge, Roman, Daniel Bryan on night 2. Anna Heel Doors. I haven't heard a read.
Anna Heel Doors is a legend.
There she is.
They donated £4 and 99 pence via a super chat. Main roster women's tag belts to be defended at Mania Tag Battle Royal Night 1. Winners face champs Night 2.
Oh, Harley mentioned this earlier. I thought he was talking about NXT TakeOver. I didn't realize it was Mania. So a tag battle royal on night 1. The winners face the tag champs on night 2 for WrestleMania. Well, I feel that Lana and Naomi will win that battle royal. And I think they'll go on to face Nia and Shayna. And I could see them winning. I could see Lana and Naomi winning the women's tag titles. So I'll go that way. Could be quite interesting if there was some NXT tag teams in that battle royal. They might throw them in. I don't know why, though, because they've got their own women's tag titles now, so they shouldn't really be going for the main roster ones because they're not on the main roster. So they can't really put in Candice and Indy. They might do just to fill it out. But what happens if they win? What happens if they win? Does that mean then that Candice and Indy would start to be used on the main roster? I can't see that. It'd be a fun way of like calling them up, I suppose. If you was going to call someone up after WrestleMania and you like the idea of Candice and Indy staying as a team, then you could potentially do it that way. Put them in the Battle Royal, have them as shock winners. There's a few things to unpack there, isn't there? There's a few things to unpack there. Interesting. Leo Walker said, Days, my Mr. T and Mike Tyson figures came today. Oh, very cool. Is that like the big Mike Tyson? They did a massive, very expensive Mike Tyson. I can't say I've seen a cheaper, smaller Mike Tyson. So in my mind, it's quite a large figure that you've received. Shout out to you, Leo. Andres says, 2 questions. Fire away. Are you streaming Hall of Fame? Yes. And are you wearing a suit? I wasn't, but maybe I should. I don't even know where it is. Honestly, I don't know where it is. I'd have to check my wardrobe. Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should. It's a good point. We are definitely doing the Hall of Fame. The suit is TBD. TBD. Let's put it that way. AEW is taped tonight, and I believe if something big happens, it would have leaked from people in the crowd.
Nature is a legend.
Oh, that's interesting.
They donated €10 via a super chat. Hey buddy, hope all is good and happy Easter. Do you think we will see Impact Wrestling join force on the new IU video game alongside NWA? Could be good to see more brands.
No. I think AEW, Dazzle by Nature, shout out to you. I think Tony Khan wants to help other smaller brands because I think it works for them feeding him talent and he'll get first dibs, basically. So I think that... because make no mistake about it, he's not doing it because he's got a good heart and he wants wrestling to thrive. If he says that, shut up. Right? No. I'm not buying it. He's doing it because he wants first dibs. He doesn't want that talent leaving and going to WWE. He's aware that WWE is eating up the talent, basically. If there's anyone good out there, WWE are trying to get a hold of them. I mean, they just had one of their largest recruitment classes for the Performance Center. So as a result, if I'm Tony Khan, I'm sitting there going, where am I getting my next stars from? Where am I generating surprises and all this kind of stuff. Like, really, there's a few options available to him. He could get a lot of agreements in place with a lot of training schools. He does have agreements in place with some training schools, most notably the one that QT Marshall runs. But clearly he got Ben Carter from Tyler Black's. So he's got his eye out there on training schools and trying to get the talent as soon as it comes out of training schools. There's no indies at the moment, but I'm sure when they start up, you'll see AEW going around the indie scene. Once those indie promotions start, you'll see the odd superstar, AEW star, popping up. You might even see Tony Khan popping up on the indie scene. He's not doing this to support indie wrestling. He's doing this so that they can get a good, steady supply of talent when they need it. If you've got someone amazing on the indie scene, AEW are going to want them. And the only way that they can get in there is by getting agreements and arrangements with all of these companies right now. So he's got like a really good relationship with AEW Impact. He's obviously now got a good relationship with New Japan. I suppose in a way, he's probably hopeful that he can stop the supply of talent going to WWE. They've managed to pick up the likes of Kushida. They've managed to pick up the likes of AJ Styles. They obviously got the Good Brothers. They were trying to get the Bucks and Omega. So now, they've got this relationship with New Japan. That means if anyone, really catches fire, they can potentially get in there and have a good working relationship and, have already worked with them and easily bring them in if there's a star that they want to bring over permanently onto their roster. Same with the Indies, same with Impact, same with NWA. I don't think that translates to him wanting to put them into the video game. I don't think that translates to him wanting to support them to the point where he's promoting them in his video games and, do you know what I mean? Any kind of ways that he can help them. I'm not sure he will explore that when it comes to merchandise. So I think that he is looking at, more of a working relationship in the sense of sending wrestlers to them and even going there himself. So, I mean, you've seen the likes of Warhorse coming in. Look at the fact they run AEW Dark and AEW Dark Elevation. There's a lot of names week in, week out. Oh, we're doing this so that wrestlers get a paycheck. Shut up. You're not. You're doing it because if anyone catches fire, you want to be there and you want to have them. I would imagine he was fuming over Ben Carter. Because the system works. I mean, credit where it's due. It works. He's managed to find Powerhouse Hobbs. Amazing. He's managed to find Ben Carter. Amazing. Like, he's managed to get, like, this talent that was out there. He managed to get Thunder Rosa, Ricky Starks from the NWA. Do you know what I mean? He's obviously managed to pinch a few legends as well. I mean, WWE did a very good job of locking down people and making it hard for AEW to get any decent-sized names. Now, obviously, as people have got disgruntled with WWE, they've been able to get people like Rusev, Sting, people along those lines. And obviously, where WWE furloughed as well, that obviously helped. That was a big help, actually. When WWE did that furlough last year, and there was a load of people then that was kind of released as well. They managed to pick up a few names from that, like Tay Conti and Rusev, as we said, was one. We saw Brody Lee coming over as well. So they're just trying to get talent wherever and however they can. And they've got a few different ways of doing it. Their recruitment is very interesting. Very, very interesting. But I honestly think that these relationships are to provide shocks so they can bring people over. It's a good talking point. It's an easy pop for social media. It's an easy way of trending. Works for AEW. works for the talent involved, works for the company that's sending the talent. I think it works for everyone. So I think that makes a lot of sense. But I think a lot of it is to do with recruitment. I think a lot of it is to where are those next big names going to come from? So no.
Dazzle by Nature is a legend. They donated €5 via a super chat. I hear you. Why I asked. Kenny Omega did say they would edit anyone you can wish, so who knows?
Omega said they would edit anyone you can wish. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that means. Please respond. Are they saying they're going to have a really good creator wrestler? Is that what you mean? I can see that. I think what they're going to do with that is they will have a great edit suite. I think there will be a way of creating arenas, creating wrestlers. When it comes to the game, I think they're very, very passionate gamers, and I think they really know their stuff, and they've done a lot of market research. They actually got in touch with a lot of the big gaming YouTubers and got them to answer a load of questions. I saw actually 2K do the same. So 2K did this also, where they went to a lot of big gaming YouTubers and got asked them a load of questions, because 2K want WWE 2K22 to be, because we didn't get one, did we, for this year or last year? So they want this year's to be huge. They want it to be a relaunch. They want it to be exactly what people want. They don't want any glitches or anything like that. Like, honestly, if you was going to buy a wrestling game, 2K22 should be awesome, because it should be everything that we've ever wanted, because they have really listened to these big YouTubers have really told them, this is what's missing, this is what's wrong, this is what people say they're frustrated about, and 2K are looking to fix it all. But AEW have now come along, and they have done a very similar thing, and they already know a lot of the things that are missing. And so they're looking at giving you, like GM modes and all this kind of stuff. They've even released, they know that GM mode is so popular, they've released it as a separate game. So GM mode is going to be a mobile thing. So you can actually just play that mode separately on your phone. And you can be the general manager. You can book your own shows. I don't know. I haven't seen when that's coming out, but they've obviously shown it, where you can build your roster, book your own shows, get the ratings in. Looks good. That looks fun. Yeah, I'd be down for playing that. But they know that people love like No Mercy and Here Comes the Pain and those kinds of games. So they're very much looking at those kind of era games. So I don't know. Graphics are going to be interesting. We've seen a few shots of like Kenny looking like he's wearing a muscle suit. And it all looks a bit arcadey and OTT, which I don't mind. I must admit, I much prefer arcade-style games over simulation. But we'll see. We'll see how it all works out. But yeah, I would imagine there'll be a big edit suite, huge edit suite, where you can make anyone you want to make or any arena that you want to make. So people will make it. It'll all be on the community sections, and yeah, both games are going to be pretty. Both wrestling games, I think, are going to be pretty juicy this year. It's going to be a good, if you're a wrestling gamer or have a wrestling gaming channel, this year is going to be pretty juicy. Last year was pretty moody for you, but this year is going to be pretty juicy. I still haven't played Battlegrounds. I bought it like the day it came out. Did I? I think I did. I think it was the day or the week. I've had it for months, and it's just sat on my Switch. In all fairness, I don't even think I picked my Switch up in 2021. I played it a little bit around Christmas time. I was playing like the Mario All-Stars 3D thing. I bought that where you got like Mario 64. I've been playing that. I played that at Christmas. But yeah, I haven't had time. Haven't had time to play it in 2021. So I still haven't played Battlegrounds. And I saw the other day that you could get Alundra Blaze for Battlegrounds now. I love Alundra Blaze. I love that woman. And now you can play as her. But so I can't comment as to what that game's like. I was excited for it, but I heard a lot of people saying that there was no depth. It was literally you just bash some buttons and that's it. And there was no depth to it. It had like environments that you could interact with, but after playing it for an hour, you've pretty much figured out the game, and there's not really much to it. You can just do more of the same if you want to, but it's pretty much just a very limited gameplay. So I don't know. I don't think it got a great response. Gaming in real time. Shout out to you. I'll wait for her to shout that out. Andres says, I only bought Battlegrounds for the super
Gaming in real
add-on.
time is a legend. They donated $2 New Zealand via a super chat. Reaction to NXT on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, it's not right that I've seen so many people saying the war has been won by AEW, and that's not right. I think they did win the war, in all fairness, so I suppose in a way it is right, but that's not why they're moving. They're moving because they need that time slot. So they're moving them to Tuesdays, and it's a long-term deal that's been signed as well. So USA Network have given NXT a bit more money. They've agreed to keep them around longer.
Of those greens is a legend.
It's quite interesting.
They donated $4.99 via a super chat.
AEW.
Days, do you think Andrade is all elite? No. I think there's too much. I think you've got CMLL in Mexico that I think he'd be really tempted by. The only issue with that is if he goes to Mexico, it's going to be a nightmare for his relationship with Charlotte. If he goes to AEW, that does keep him in Florida, but pretty soon Charlotte's going to have to go all around the country anyway, all around the world at times. So I suppose in a way, it doesn't really matter where he goes. He's always going to be away from Charlotte. But obviously, they're engaged to get married. They're in love with each other. I know there was a bit of something that went wrong with her being pregnant, and Andrade said WWE thought she was pregnant, and it turned out she wasn't pregnant. Something messy went on. So there's a bit of drama there. I mean, there's clearly quite a bit of drama that's been going on behind the scenes, but I think they're still fine, and they're still, engaged and everything. Haven't heard any issues there. But can I see him going to All Elite? I suppose he could, but I don't. He could. He absolutely could. But I think it's as likely that he goes to CMLL. I think it's as likely that he goes to New Japan. The only thing that would stop him would be Charlotte. That would be the only thing. He might not want to go to New Japan because then he's got to live in Japan, and that's a nightmare for his relationship with Charlotte. Mexico, he would live in Mexico. Is that a problem? Is that going to be a nightmare for his relationship? I mean, again, if he goes to AEW, he's in Florida. She's going to have to travel around America anyway. Wherever they go, they're going to be apart. But Japan is a jump, isn't it? 45 is a legend. They donated $30 via a super chat. Hey Days, how are you, my friend? What matches are you looking forward to seeing at NXT TakeOver?
Rick E245, shout out to you, my friend. I appreciate the support. That's incredible, my friend. Thank you so much. As we've said before, all of that goes straight back into the channel. The data that I'm going to be spending this month is insane. I live in the middle of nowhere. I live in there's nothing around, and as a result, I live in the countryside.
John is a legend. They donated $2 via a super chat. Days I doing the meet and greet with Adam Cole.
Oh, that's amazing, John. That is amazing. Oh, you've got to share that video clip. For those of you that don't know, John is a massive Undisputed Era Adam Cole fan. And he's going to do the virtual meet and greet with Adam Cole. That's really cool. That's really cool. I'm really pleased for you. All joking aside, that's great. That's really great. Have you met him before? Or is this the first time? Whatever. I mean, you get the video after. You've got to share that video. I'd love to see what you and him talk about. And you got to think about what you're going to say. Because you only get, is it 30 seconds or so to say hello They say hello. I mean, like, you're going to speak directly to him. You say hello. They say hello. You're probably going to get a chance to say, oh, my favorite match was this, or I don't know. I don't know what you're going to say. Let us know. What are you going to say? Rick E245. Yes, a big thank you. As I said, that money will go towards data. I am literally in a field in the countryside, and our broadband is non-existent as a result. They can't get like fiber optic cabling and all that over to us. It's been a few years actually since we asked. I should probably look into that again, because it might be a bit more available now. But as a result, our house Wi-Fi is atrocious. It is. I get like 1 meg upload speed. Sometimes, if it's a good day, 2 meg. And to stream, you need at least about 5. So I can't stream on our home broadband. So I have to stream through 4G. All of these streams that you see come through 4G. They basically come across like my phone. I've got like a couple of routers that use 4G, but I have to pay a lot of money for those. My phone bill each month, if I don't add any extra onto it, my phone bill every month is £200, which I think is about $250, something around that ballpark, $270 a month, every month, just for my phone bill, because I have to stream on 4G. I have to. I can't stream any other way. So I can't use my house, and no one can give us any better stuff. So you can imagine I will be buying extra data this month, what with 2 days of TakeOver and 2 days of WrestleMania and quite a few big UFC shows coming up. NXT UK Prelude, Hall of Fame, all the Raws, all the SmackDowns. NWA is back. Wrestling Escape Pod. Oh, God. Non-stop. Love it, though. Rick E245, legend, says, Days, how are you? What matches are you looking forward to seeing at NXT TakeOver? I am looking forward to quite a lot of them, to be honest. Carrion against Finn, I think, is going to be awesome. I think Carrion is someone that I really appreciate, maybe don't even appreciate as much as I should. I tend to spend a lot of time like talking about how Scarlett is too distracting. Not because of her looks, but because I'm not a fan of the weird way that she acts. I kind of think she's like she is an attractive woman, of course, but like when she's miming the intro and when she's coming down and she's like holding her head and she's being like all over dramatic and all this kind of stuff, I don't think she needs to do that. I think she just needs to come down and be this attractive woman that's kind of at the side of Karrion Kross. I don't think she needs all these theatrics that she does. And I think for me, I just look at it and it does take away from the entrance, and it does take away from him and the presentation of him, because I do watch it and I go, why is she doing that? And rather than thinking this is awesome, this is amazing,
Dazzle by Nature is a
thinking,
legend.
why is she doing this?
They donated €5 via a super chat. We keep Days streaming because the only person who knows his wrestling and fiber rant at my place either 15 meg internet and bad.
Oh, what you've got what? You've got 15 meg internet wrestling. Fiber ain't great at my place either. 15 meg internet and bad. Yeah, I mean, is that your upload? Because I've got about 15 meg download, which is still trash. Because on 4G it goes to about 40, and on upload it's 1 or 2, and on 4G I think that's about 15. So 14 upload, 15 download on my phone. On the house Wi-Fi, about 15 upload and about 15 download and about 1 or 2 upload. It's a disgrace. They shouldn't even call it the internet. Although you can get on and browse and you can watch Netflix, but you ain't streaming on it. So let's put it that way. You're not downloading any films or anything on it. Let's put it that way. So, Dazzled by Nature, shout out to you, buddy. Really appreciate the kind words. So, yeah, in regards to Karrion Kross, I think his matches, I think his look, I think his promos, I think even him and Scarlett, brilliant. Main event of WrestleMania, brilliant. And I maybe don't get that across enough, that I do definitely see him as a main event of WrestleMania one day. Definitely. He's a big guy. Vince loves big guys. Scarlett's a pretty girl. Vince loves pretty girls. I think as a package, they are awesome. I think the entrance is epic. It's just a couple of things that really bug me that I would change about it. And it's pretty much all to do with Scarlett's over dramatic theatricals. I would just tone them down because I don't think they're needed, to be honest. But in regards to that match, I'm very much looking forward to him against Finn Balor. I like this version of Finn Balor. I know there's people out there that would like the Demon King to return, but I do feel that this is a bit of a mixture of both. It's like a permanent mixture of both. The Demon King's sort of like trapped within Finn Balor, and now we've got this moody tweener, which is cool. I really like it. His promos have been fire, so I'm looking forward to that. I think Raquel and Io should be good. I'm not sure how great it'll be. I don't know how their styles are going to clash, to be honest. I mean, one's a small high flyer, the other is a big brawler. So it's going to be quite interesting to see that match, just to see how the styles work. Obviously, we've got the Battle Royal tonight. I don't even know if I went through the matches, actually. Let me quickly do that. So on NXT tonight, we've got Battle Royal, and the final 6 will go into a gauntlet match. That gauntlet match will take place on night 1, with the winner facing Johnny Gargano on night 2. People in the Battle Royal, there was a graphic that showed Austin Theory, Pete Dunne, LA Knight, Cameron Grimes, Tyler Rust, Isaiah Swerve, Jake Atlas, Bronson Reed, Roderick Strong, Dexter Loomis, Kushida, and Leon Ruff. Those were the people that were on the graphic, and there could be more that get added, but 6 of those are going to go to the gauntlet match. What I really like about this is that the whole Battle Royal, I think, completes, but the order that you're eliminated in is the order that you enter the gauntlet in. So if you win the Battle Royal, you enter the gauntlet match last. If you are the second person to get from the end, you're the last person that's eliminated. You enter like second from last, and so on, so on. So I love the fact that the order of the gauntlet match is decided by the order that you're eliminated in the Battle Royal, and it's only the final 6 that go through. I think that's great, because one of the big problems I have with the gauntlet match is the person that comes in last has got such a heavy favorite. You're such a heavy favorite if you come in last. I suppose in a way you could argue it's the same with the Royal Rumble. If you come in at number 30, you're heavy favorite, but there is a difference. And the difference is if you're number 30 and you're coming down in the Royal Rumble,
is a legend.
There might
They
already be 20 guys in the ring.
$1.99 via a super chat.
You're not eliminating
Cameron
20 people.
Grimes to win.
Cameron Grimes to win. He could win. He could win the Battle Royal. I don't know that he'll win the Gauntlet. But, yeah, there is a difference between coming out at number 30 in the Royal Rumble. As I said, if you walk down to the ring, there could be 20 guys already in the ring. Well, you're not eliminating 20 guys on your own. So, all of a sudden, being number 30, yes, it helps, but you're not guaranteed to win. Whereas, if you come out last in the Gauntlet, you've only got to beat one person. It's a one-on-one, you against them, and they're already going to be tired. Doesn't matter when they came out, they're going to be tired because they will have at least wrestled one match at least. So you're a heavy favorite if you come out last. That has always been my problem with gauntlet matches. Is it is so swayed to whoever comes out last, and I think actually we do normally see that last person winning it, which does make you think, what's the point of a gauntlet match? How is a gauntlet match in any way fair? But at least this way, it's got a reason as to why people are in that order. And the winner of the Battle Royal will come out last. And if they win, well, they deserved it anyway because they won the Battle Royal. So I do like this. I like the fact that they've thought about it. I like the fact that they're not just... because they easily could have just announced a gauntlet match. But I like the fact they've thought about it and gone, we need a better way of sorting out the order of the gauntlet match. And that's what we've got tonight, the Battle Royal. We've also got Raquel Gonzalez versus Zoe Stark. And as we said, this is the go-home show. This is the go-home show for Stand and Deliver that is coming up next week. Over on AEW, we've got Christian versus Kazarian. We've got the Arcade Anarchy. We've got Cody Rhodes taking on QT Marshall with Arn Anderson as guest ref. We've got Kenny and the Good Brothers taking on, I think, the Lucha Bros and the Laredo Kid again. And we've got MJF with a gift for the Pinnacle. There could be some other stuff that was announced, but that was everything that I saw online. There could be some other stuff. I did actually see Tony Khan's message, paid advertisement on Impact yesterday. I never watch Impact, but they do a very good job of getting the clip out of his paid advertisement. They always put that on social media, and I always end up just seeing that clip. So I always see Tony's paid ad, and it was all right.
Dazzle by
He was shouting
is
a
a
lot.
legend. They donated €2
Joaquin,
via
shout
a
out
super
to you.
chat. Will fans be at Raw after mains? They should be.
Will fans be at Raw after Mania? I don't think so. They should be. You are absolutely right. But I've not seen any tickets being sold or any information about tickets being available for Raw after WrestleMania. I completely agree. They should be. I feel like the night after WrestleMania is, I don't want to say as important as WrestleMania, but it's right up there. I think we all used to look forward to that Raw after WrestleMania. It was certainly where you have all these fans from around the world that come to WrestleMania, and the Raw after WrestleMania is always just a big celebration. It's a massive party. It's kind of like, do you know what I mean? Like the final blow off, really. The Raw after WrestleMania is kind of like your last chance to really soak in what's left of WrestleMania weekend. Like the weekend's over, really. It's Monday night, but there's people on holiday, and they're going to have fun, whatever. And, they're boisterous, they're vocal. And WWE responded to that by putting on one of the best shows, best Raws of the year, by giving them NXT call-ups, by giving them shock returns. Like when Brock came back, that was the Raw after Mania. Or Paige being called up and winning the Divas Championship on the same night. That was Raw after WrestleMania. Or Dolph Ziggler cashing in on Alberto Del Rio. That was Raw after WrestleMania. I think Enzo and Cass were called up on the Raw after WrestleMania as well. Like, there's loads of examples of the Raw after WrestleMania having big moments. But they didn't do it last year. Last year's Raw after Mania just felt like a normal show. It was quite underwhelming, actually. I think we saw footage of Drew winning the title and then Big Show coming out and Big Show challenging Drew to a match like 20 minutes after he'd just beaten Brock. So I think we were shown that. We've got exclusive footage of what happened moments after WrestleMania went off air, kind of a thing. I don't think they'll do that this year because obviously there'll be a crowd. So anything that happens will be seen by that crowd. So there won't be the same intrigue. So yeah, I don't think they'll do that this year. I don't know what they're going to do this year because there's seemingly it's going to be in the Thunderdome because seemingly there's been no tickets sold. So I don't know. I completely agree. I hope we do still get a really good Raw after Mania, but I don't think they'll waste anything if there's no crowd reaction. So, bit of a shame, that one. Feb074 says, Days, if Hurt Business was broken up and Corbin is involved to get heat on Lashley, then it could likely be the decision is that Drew gets the win. It's Roman 2.0 all over again, to be honest. Vince just doesn't learn. Well, I think there's a plan for them to do Roman Drew. I think that the long-term plan is that they want to do Roman Drew. I think that Roman Drew is the biggest match you can do with any of the current stars. Now, I know people will disagree. There'll be people saying Fiend and someone, or there'll be people saying Lashley and someone. I don't know. I don't know what people are saying, right? But Roman versus Drew. Drew is the face of Raw. Roman is the face of SmackDown. That is the biggest match that you can do with two full-time stars, right? Don't talk about Brock. Don't talk about Rock. Don't talk about Ronda. I'm talking about two full-time stars on the roster. They work week in, week out. Drew versus Roman, right? We got it at Survivor Series, and it felt huge. It felt massive.
Harry Richards' music is a legend.
If they
donated 79 pence via a super chat.
Who is that? Harry Richards' music. Shout out to you, my friend. Appreciate the support. Hope you are well. So, if they build towards a big WrestleMania match, Drew, Roman, to find out who is the face of WWE, and you can even use that kind of terminology. Who is the face of WWE? Who is the guy? Who is the king of this era, or whatever you want to, however you want to word it? If you have that as a long-term plan, then I can understand them putting the title back on Drew, and I can understand if you do that, you've got to keep the title really on Roman. Like, you can't have Edge winning and mess around with one and not mess around with the other. So I think if they're going to go with Drew, that's fine as long as Roman wins and we're going to build towards that match. If that is the plan for next year's WrestleMania and they're actually going to build a whole year and we're going to build it for a year, for 12 months, that is epic. I'll sign me up for it, right? I'm not going to complain. But if that isn't the plan, and if they're just messing around and they're not going to give Lashley his opportunity, his time to shine, then it sucks. And it really, really sucks. But to be honest, I think if that is the plan, then yeah, I can't say I disagree. I think 12 months, really good build. Edge can't win. Roman wins. Drew wins. We build them up. We get a brand split, and it would be great if at next year's WrestleMania they combine the titles. It'd be great if at WrestleMania 38 Drew brings his belt, Roman brings his belt, and we do a unification match. That will be huge. That will be like one of them main events that goes down in history if we do that right. And if we have to sacrifice Lashley's run for it, I'm not happy about it. I love Lashley right now. I love what they're doing with Lashley. I think they've struck gold. I genuinely think they've struck gold with Lashley. I think Lashley is doing a better job than anyone expected him to do. I don't know if it might be they put the title on Lashley because they wanted a little bump in the road for Drew, and they want Drew to win it at WrestleMania in front of fans. They want Drew to get that crowd reaction. And I think it's working so well. A lot of us are going, well, you can't take it off Lashley now. You can't take it off Lashley. Look at what he's doing. Look at what he's doing. The guy is awesome. This is the almighty era. And MVP by his side looks awesome. His aggression, the way he's carrying himself as a champion, the way he looks in his suits. Like, he is just the man. So he has really put a spanner in the works. Because I think there's every chance he was just meant to carry it for a short time. And as a result, I don't know what they're going to do at WrestleMania now, but It might be they do still stick with the plan and put the title back onto Drew and then build towards Drew versus Roman. But yeah, Lashley deserves another run if that's the case. He has definitely earned another run in the future. So we'll have to see. There's so many ways they can go. I love WrestleMania this year because Vince might look at this and go, do you know what? We can't take it off Lashley. What Lashley is doing right now is too good. And he might just stick with Lashley. And he might look at Edge and go, it's too big of a story to ignore. Edge coming back 10 years away. We've got to put the title on Edge. And he could go with Edge. He might look at Sasha and Bianca and say it's too soon for Bianca. She won the Rumble this year. She can't win the Rumble and the title. Like, let's stick with Sasha. This is going to be a bump in the road for Bianca. Bianca can get it at SummerSlam, or Bianca can get it next year. But we're not going to put the title on her this soon. So Sasha gets the job done, and Bianca has to wait a little while. You look at Rhea and Asuka. Too soon for Rhea. So we're not going to go with Rhea. Or Asuka's title reign has been rubbish. We haven't had anything for her, but there's loads we can do with Rhea. Let's put the title on Rhea. There's so many ways that you can go in the big matches at WrestleMania this year. It is juicy, man. It is juicy. And I think that Drew and Lashley is tricky to call. Tricky to call. We actually did the predictions, and I went with Bobby yesterday. I think Bobby has been so good. I am at the point where I wouldn't take the title off him. I wouldn't take the title off him. And I've said that they're going to keep it on Bobby. I think he's been too good. I think he's done too well with it. I think there's so much you can do with him. So maybe keep it on Bobby and then have him lose it at SummerSlam to Drew or something like that. But let's see what he can do with it over the summer. This is the almighty era, and I am definitely here for it. I think Bobby has been great. So I would keep it on Bobby for a while. But if they do put it on Drew, and they are going to invest for 12 months, I'm not against that either. Either way, I can't lose. I think Drew's great. I think Bobby's great. I think it's a very exciting WrestleMania. Days, have you heard the report saying that Riddle said wasn't a botch? It was planned. I think PW Insider said it or something. I haven't seen them report. I haven't seen many reports today, to be honest. But no, I hadn't seen that. Andres says the NXT Gauntlet match are different. Two superstars start the match. Every 5 minutes, another one enters, which means that all 6 might be in the ring at the same time. Oh, I didn't see that. Is that true? That's a much better Gauntlet match. So it's like a mini Rumble, but rather than go over the top, you have to get pinned or submitted. That's better. That is better. That's so much better. I mean, I do understand with the Gauntlet match, you can create stars of, wow, look at this. He's managed to get past 3 people. What a hero. I mean, it worked wonders for Kofi. I remember Kofi's Gauntlet performance was like a star-making performance. So I do understand that the Gauntlet match has its benefits. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I always feel that whoever comes out last has got such an advantage. That feels better to me of doing it that way. So I'm really interested by TakeOver. I think TakeOver's got great matches. I think WrestleMania's got great matches. I think it's such a great time to be a wrestling fan. Like this next 2 weeks. These next 2 weeks, it's a really good time to be a wrestling fan. Well, that is our little chat before. We've spoken. Time absolutely flew then, by the way. I literally just looked over as it said there's 20 seconds to go before AEW. I was like, what? But it is. NXT is about to begin. And AEW is about to begin. So we're about to go over to the shows. So we talk about how great the next 2 weeks are going to be. How great are the next 2 hours? All right, here we go. NXT, Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez at Stand and Deliver. We just got a little video package for that. We know that Raquel Gonzalez is facing Zoe Stark tonight. I'm very excited for that. Very excited for that. So I think night one of Stand and Deliver is on the USA Network. It's worth mentioning this. If you want to watch Stand and Deliver, night one is on the USA Network. Night two is on Peacock. You need Peacock to watch night two of Stand and Deliver. Obviously, we've got that Santos Escobar, Jordan Devlin ladder match as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're starting with Christian Cage on AEW. So this is going to be the first time that we're going to see Christian wrestle. Christian versus Kazarian. Christian, I mean, this is a big deal. We haven't seen him wrestle a singles match, have we? He didn't wrestle one in WWE. He did the Rumble, but then did he do anything after the Rumble? I don't think he did. I can't remember him doing one after the Rumble. Right, let's go over to stop clock. I'm hyped for Volta. Yeah, man, that'll be good. Him against Ciampa. I mean, Volta's got to win that. I know there's a lot of fans of Tommaso, but yeah, I don't want Tommaso as the NXT UK champion, to be honest. I think this is going to be a great match. I think it's going to be one of Volta's biggest challenges, but I'm fully expecting him to win. I'm fully expecting him to win. We've got Roderick Strong making his way down. So are we starting with the Battle Royal? The countdown clock's sorted. Strong versus Grimes. Is it going to be Strong versus Grimes? I believe they're all in the Battle Royal. I do like Cameron. Cameron Grimes' new character is awesome. Okay, so Cameron Grimes is making his way down. I don't know if this is a singles match. So he's got new. Is this a new entrance for him? It's all money. It's got like the stock market thing on the side of the screen. It's all like green. Last week, I know you was frustrated. So maybe I didn't come at the right time. So he still wants to buy the Undisputed Era's name. We can keep it going. He's got a t-shirt. Okay, what's he got? Cameron Grimes is Undisputed Era. Grimes the System. Roderick Strong's not impressed. He's got an Undisputed Era entrance graphics. It says Grimes the System. And they created a little entrance for the new Undisputed Era. But Roderick Strong is not impressed and is going after Cameron Grimes right now. So I'm guessing this is a singles match. Yeah, looks like it is. So Strong versus Grimes. I really like Cameron Grimes. I think this new gimmick works for him so much better than whatever he was doing before. He was like some weird carny guy. But now he's bringing out a bit of personality in him, which is much, much better. Christian Cage is on the outside. Grimes the System. To Boy123, hope you are well. Grimes versus Strong was announced. They're going to pull double duty tonight. Double duty. LeBron fan 23 says, Loomis scared of Loomis to being a cocky millionaire. I'm lost. He went from being scared of Loomis to being a cocky millionaire. Yes, he won money. He invested in GameStop when the GameStop thing happened. And apparently he also put money in Dogecoin, which blew up around the same time. So they explained that he's become a millionaire because of investments that he made. So there we go. That's how he did it. It's a little bit of a, okay. You kind of just go, okay, sure he did, yeah. But I prefer it. I think this is a better gimmick for him. This kind of mouthy, cocky guy that's got lucky. We've seen some fun little segments as well where he's been copying the $1 Million Man, and we've got to bring Ted DiBiase in. We've got to. Could you imagine an interaction between the $1 Million Man and Cameron Grimes? That would be awesome. Kick to the midsection by Roderick Strong. Christian Cage outside. It's quite a bad bump there that Christian just took. And is down outside the ring. They're actually showing a replay of it. It was up on the top turnbuckle. He got pushed to the outside. And, yeah, he kind of bounced off the edge of the ring. So they're not going easy on Christian Cage on AEW. Right, Kazarian charging over. Nice leg to the back, leg drop to the back of the head. Christian Cage down and referee pointing out. I do like it when the refs do that. I do like it when the refs point out that, no, you can't pin him there. He's by the ropes, he's under the ropes. Cameron Grimes gets clotheslined out the ring on NXT. So we got two singles matches starting us off. Roderick Strong through the ropes. Drop kick. Down goes Cameron Grimes. And he is down outside the ring.
Is a legend.
Joaquin
donated $1.99 via a super chat. What's one match from WrestleMania week is unmissable?
Oh, it's got to be the Edge one. It's got to be Edge Roman. I think Edge Roman is unmissable. I think both of the big matches, actually. I think Lashley, Drew, and I think Edge, Roman, Daniel. I think both of them are unmissable. Because don't forget, Lashley versus Drew is for the WWE Championship. That, in my mind, is still the belt. That, in my mind, is the belt that goes back to the 60s. That is Bruno. That is Hogan. That is Brett. That is Shawn. That is Stone Cold. That is the belt. The WWE Championship is the belt. So, Lashley, Drew fighting over that is a big deal. And, we just had a really good conversation about the fact that, yes, Drew could win it back, and maybe the plan was that he would, but how do you take it off Bobby Lashley right now? He's too good. He's too good. The guy carries himself like a champion. He's finally got to the mountaintop, and he's not going to, mess this up. This is what he's worked his whole life towards, being the man, and right now he is the man, and he's got this new entrance, and the Almighty era, and part of me just wonders if he's done such a good job, they're going to keep it on him. I really do. I think they've just hit the bullseye with Lashley. I think they hit the bullseye with Drew as well, actually. I think we were lacking star power last year, and you looked around and Lashley was, we knew he had potential, but he had potential like how Cesaro has got potential. He didn't feel like a big star. He feels like potentially a big star. But, you had Lashley. You had Drew. Drew had won the Rumble. Felt like they were doing something with him. But he still wasn't where he needed to be. But you fast forward, and now you've got Bobby Lashley feeling like a killer. You got Drew McIntyre feeling like a big star. You got Roman Reigns feeling like a big star. You got Edge that's come back. They're trying to build Daniel Bryan back up again. I think they have looked at the top of the card and gone, there's not enough star power. We need to build. We need to get these stars feeling bigger. They're even trying to move with Cesaro now and make Cesaro fulfill his potential. I think the fact that there's no Brock, the fact that Cena's walked away and been away for a while, the fact that The Undertaker retired, I think they've looked at the roster and gone, we haven't got enough. The top of the card is not strong enough, and they're really trying now. So we're in a much better place this year than we was last year. So, and WrestleMania feels better as a result. So I think Drew versus Lashley, two guys that have fulfilled their potential. Who gets the nod there? That's actually not part of the story, and it should be. Two guys that have fulfilled their potential. Two guys that this time last year were still unfulfilled potential. Well, they've both done it now. They've both won the WWE Championship within the past 12 months. They're both feeling like big stars. Who is the man? That match could feel even bigger if they hadn't messed around with the Miz cash-in and all this kind of stuff. In retrospect, it's Bobby Lashley that should have held Money in the Bank. Bobby Lashley should have got it from Otis. Bobby Lashley should have been the one that cashed him. And Bobby Lashley should be the champion now, as he is. But we didn't need the Miz having that second run. It should have just been Bobby winning it from Drew. And this is the rematch at WrestleMania. All that Miz stuff was completely unnecessary. So it should have been Bobby. Now that it's done and the dust has settled, Bobby should have won Money in the Bank last year. Shouldn't have been Otis. Should have been Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley should have won Money in the Bank last year. And he cashed in. And the whole thing would have been cleaner. The whole thing would have been so much simpler. Otis didn't benefit at all from winning it. Miz got his second world title
Mike Ziegler
reign.
Is a legend.
Had it for a
They
week.
donated $5 Canadian via a super chat. Days call me crazy, but I'm actually excited to see what Logan Paul does leading into Mania, and I also think that Sammy vs. KO is unmissable at Mania.
The only reason I wouldn't say that it's the only reason it's not unmissable is I don't think it matters. So I think Drew and Lashley's unmissable because who's going to be champ? Same with the Universal, who's going to be the champ? And I think it also answers the question of, what are we doing for SummerSlam and all that kind of stuff. So I think with Sammy and Kevin, because this match has just been, there's next to no build. It's had a couple of weeks build. Kevin's just been in a feud with Roman. This kind of feels like they want something for Kevin. And I think they probably want something for Sammy. And this is the best they came up with, was a feud that we've had in the past. Granted, it's been a while. Granted, I'm excited for it, but I don't know that I could call it unmissable. It's good. It's a good welcomed addition to the card, but I don't know I can say it's unmissable. Because it's not for a belt. It's just thrown together. If Sammy wins, great. If Kevin wins, great. Like, that's why I can't say it's unmissable. But Logan, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a Logan fan. It doesn't do it for me. So him being around at ringside, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What can he do? If he gets involved, I'm not going to be a fan of that. If he doesn't get involved, I don't know. I don't know what he can do, to be honest. If he's going to cost Kevin Owens the match, that's going to suck, in my opinion. Like, I kind of think he should be there as like a guest timekeeper or whatever. And done that way. Look at the UFC, for example. The UFC just had celebrities. They briefly showed them on camera, and that was it. That's how the UFC uses them. We had like Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox and all this kind of stuff. Isn't it weird that like celebrities go to UFC and they're happy to be shown in the crowd, but when they go to WWE, they want to be involved in the action? It's weird, isn't it? Weird. Why should they be involved in the action? Superplex by Roderick Strong. Kind of think have him as I would use him as like a guest timekeeper, guest ring announcer. Maybe Sami Zayn's personal ring announcer. Maybe use him that way. Logan Paul sees and agrees that there is a conspiracy against Sammy, and as a result, he wants to be there to make sure everything's above board. It could be a moment where he, questions a few things. You could do that. And he can personally announce Sammy down to the ring. But I wouldn't have him tripping Kevin Owens over or anything like this. Bit of a Spanish fly from Cameron Grimes, but it was a little bit messy. Just a little bit messy. I'm not sure that went quite to plan. Both these matches, opening matches, getting some time. We're already 16 minutes in. Both matches are fine. Some nice action. Kazarian just springboard leg drop, which was a nice move. Nice. Cameron Grimes just pulled some out of his trunks. Looked like he was going to hit. Oh, it's an Undisputed Era armband. So it's an Undisputed Era armband. Roderick Strong looks at it. The double stomp by Cameron Grimes. 2, 3. Not a fan of that ending. Not a fan of that ending. Roderick Strong was looking at this armband, and then Cameron Grimes hits the double stomp. So Cameron Grimes wins on NXT. Over on AEW, we've got Kazarian and Christian over in the corner. Grimes wins. Hello, big boy Dally. Hope you are well. Kazarian going for the pin on Christian. Christian getting his shoulder up. I feel that the AEW match is better. I think what AEW are doing right now with this match is better. It's great to see Christian in there. He's having a proper match as well. Just saw a Spanish fly off the top. Kazarian hitting a Spanish fly on Christian. Spanish flies are like all the rage, aren't they? He's looking for the kill switch. Goes to the outside. Good match. Good match this on AEW. He goes to that leg drop. Springboard leg drop by Kazarian. Gets hung out on the ropes as Christian's going up top. Looking for frog splash. Connects. 1, 2. Oh, shoulder up. This is a really good match on AEW. Really good match. The match on NXT was decent. I would say this is better. The crowd are chanting, "This is awesome." This is the best match we've seen so far this week. Or best match I've seen so far this week. You may think that you've seen something better. But this is very good on AEW. Looking for that kill switch again against the ropes. He's managed to get a chicken wing applied. Christian rolls through. Into the corner. They've given this match 20 minutes. 20 minutes? We're just seeing Carrion train him. 2, 3. And Christian Cage gets the win. Excellent. Excellent, excellent work. Days, I strongly oppose another Drew reign. The guy had the title for a year. Besides, if not Lashley, then who else to beat him? Drew has gone through 80% of Raw, and a legit threat left is The Fiend. I think that Drew... If Drew wins and keeps hold of the title for the next 12 months, I personally don't have a problem with that, because I think the end goal is Drew Roman. And I think if we're building for that match and we're putting all our eggs in that basket and we're saying that is the match, we want a big match for WrestleMania next year. We know we can't get The Rock. The Rock has already said he can't do it, right? He hasn't said that, by the way. But let's say that his schedule means that we can't do Rock versus Roman, okay? We can't do Rock versus Roman. So looking at the roster, what's the biggest match that we can do for WrestleMania 38? Well, the biggest match, and the match we're looking at doing, is going to be Drew versus Roman, title versus title, something along those lines. And that is going to be the main event. Well, if that's the plan, let's go for it then. Let's build. Let's do it. Long-term storytelling. Let's do it. Momentum is important. Both guys could go in to that saying they've been champion for a year at least, 12 months at least. Champion versus champion, 2 worlds collide. You could be huge. Could be absolutely huge. So if that's the plan, I really don't mind it. But if it's going to be that they want to stay with Lashley, then so be it. And as we said earlier, you could keep the title on Lashley and you could always change it at SummerSlam. Or you could completely rip up your plan for WrestleMania 38 and you could do Lashley versus Roman and you could turn Lashley face. I don't know how Lashley works as a face because I don't think MVP is likable in that way. I think they work really well as heels. I mean, I suppose you could have Lashley walk away from MVP. You could keep him heel and he could get more frustrated that MVP is tripping people and getting involved, just like what we saw with Lashley reacting to the rest of the Hurt Business when they tried to help him. And he was like, I don't need your help. He could do the exact same with MVP and then he could split. This is what I'm saying, though. It's so exciting, that match, because they could go so many different ways with it. Feel free to let us know in the chat, what would you do? Would you keep it on Bobby or would you go back to Drew? Do you think that it's right that they stick with Bobby? Bobby's doing great work. Let's see where it goes. Or do you think that Drew never got his win in front of fans, did a good job as champion, could carry the brand forward, and we could build towards Drew versus Roman? Would you go Bobby or would you go Drew? As I said, when I predicted it yesterday on the Wrestling Escape Pod, I went Bobby. I think Bobby's doing awesome stuff at the moment, and I would keep it on Bobby. But I have to say, if they're going to put it on Drew, and the plan is that we build towards that match, I really don't mind. Both shows are at commercial break. Both shows giving us good first segments. I think AEW in the lead at the moment. I thought their match was better than the Cameron Grimes-Roderick Strong match. The finish bugged me a little. And we're just seeing Ciampa on NXT right now. Talking about Volta. Obviously building towards that big match next week. Plenty of big matches next week. Bobby, says Jordan. Bobby, says Austin. Drew, says West 6. Drew is winning for sure. Brony said, keep it on Bobby and let Drew win it towards the end of the year, where there would most likely be fans back, and then we build towards Roman versus Drew. Lashley all day, says Funky Fresh Rhyme. I would say Bobby as well. A lot here for Bobby. Feb said, Days, just imagine Lashley keeps the title and goes on an absolute tear till SummerSlam. Seems unbeatable, and then Brock comes back and he actually beats Brock in a passing of the torch moment. Yeah, be good. I have to admit, I'm not crazy for Lashley Brock. I might be in the minority on that one. For some reason, that match, I don't know what it is. I should be. There's something about it that just doesn't excite me all that much. I'm way more into Roman Brock, and which is weird because we've seen that match lots of times. But I think Paul Heyman is the X factor now. I think Paul Heyman being with Roman, I want to see Heyman's face when he's with Roman, and you know how he looks at him lovingly. That's what I want. I want to see Heyman looking admiringly at Roman the way that he does, and proud because Roman's just retained. Brock's music hits, and I want to see his face drop. I want to see that moment of realization of his face dropping as he's just like, the camera holds. And then he just slowly starts to turn his head as on the entrance stage, the Beast Incarnate walks. Oh my God, I want that moment so bad. But I think when it comes to Bobby and Brock, I can't see a moment like that that's Even if Bobby retains and then Brock's music hits, I know people will lose their minds. It doesn't. I don't get that same feeling from that moment as I do from that moment with Heyman. But either way, I mean, I'd still love to see that match. I'd still be down for seeing Bobby versus Brock, of course. It's quite exciting, isn't it? It's such a shame that the shows are a bit rubbish. Like Raw this week, I've listened to quite a few reviews of it. I listened to few different podcasts. A lot of people saying it's one of the worst episodes they ever saw. I didn't feel it was that level bad. I thought it was bad. I mean, we scored it a 5.5, but I mean, we've been down in the 4s before. I don't know if I've been to 3s, but man, there was a lot of people laying into this week's Raw. But you look at like Bobby and what they're doing, and you look at Drew, and I thought there was some stuff on this week's show that was good. I like Drew going in the locker room, screaming at everyone. I like how big they're making these two feel. I like the work that's being done there. And I thought the contract signing thing was good with Rhea and Asuka. I didn't like the tag match being made after, but no, I can't agree this is the worst Raw that I saw, because I do think there were some redeeming moments. But it's a shame that it was still a bad episode, in my opinion, when there is such interesting things going on. So anyway, that's by the by. Look, we're getting a little distracted, or I am. We do have some shows to talk about, and we are back from commercial break on both of them. So we've got Cody, who's just made his way out. So we've got Cody versus QT Marshall. Obviously, on Anderson, the guest referee for this, which could be interesting. We've got Tyler Breeze. Prince Pretty has come out, and he's having a word with Santos Escobar. It might be Escobar. He says challenge accepted, so it looks like we're going to get that match right now. I do feel sorry for Tyler Breeze. I really like Tyler Breeze. I've always been a Tyler Breeze fan. I always felt that he should have had a good few. He was kind of like this generation's Dolph Ziggler. Do you know what I mean? A really good wrestler. Got a bit of a pretty boy, lady killer kind of a gimmick. And he kind of felt like the natural successor to Dolph Ziggler.
Mike Ziegler is a legend. They donated $5 Canadian via a super chat. Arcade Anarchy? Please, and fans actually thought Miro would have it better in IULMFAO. He's just gonna be another Shawn Spears, Hager, and Matt Hardy.
Mike Ziegler, shout out to you, bud. Yeah, I think that is a concern with how they're using Miro. The only thing I would say is that we have started to see a bit of dissension between him and Kip. And they could split them. That could be something that goes down tonight. There could be a real split in that relationship. And, we have started to see glimpses of a more aggressive
Corey K
Miro.
is a legend. They donated $2 via a super chat. You told Baruch you would say happy B-Day on stream.
Corey K, shout out to you. You said to Baruch you'd say happy birthday. Yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday to Baruch, who it's his birthday today. I think I wished him happy birthday on Twitter, but you are absolutely right. My when we get stuck in these conversations, my memory is not the best. My memory's not the best at the best of times. So happy birthday to you, Baruch. And shout out to you, Corey. Breeze can be a bit annoying on Up, Up, Down, Down. I've never watched a single episode of Up, Up, Down, Down. I saw a clip from WrestleMania something. Don't know. One of the WrestleManias, probably 35. It was definitely not 36 because they were in a stadium and they had the giant screen. The screen that fans watch when they want to watch replays in the stadium above the pitch, above the field. They were there and they were actually playing games on that giant screen. So that's one of the only clips I've ever seen of Up, Up, Down, Down. Breeze wrapping Santos Escobar's leg around the ring post, and now he's attacking the rest of Legado del Fantasma. Nice Insecurity as Santos Escobar came over. He got kicked in the head and he goes down. It's a nice little spot. Yeah, I do like Tyler Breeze. I can't comment about what he does on Up, Up, Down, Down, but he is an NXT original. He is someone that was around when NXT was 1 hour on the network, when NXT used to be knocking it out of the park week after week after week. And like really putting on incredible shows. I think they put on decent shows now. Borderline good. Occasionally, once in a blue moon, great. But a lot of the time, we score the shows like 7.25, 7.5. Just like good. We very rarely get into the 8s. But I do think a lot of those old episodes were right up there. But I think it helps when you've only got to do an hour rather than 2 hours. Because you've obviously got your roster and you can kind of mix it up a little bit. You don't overexpose people. Because we wasn't seeing everyone every week. You didn't know who you was going to get. And whoever you did get, they got a good amount of time. And it was good, the way that they did it before. I think since it's gone to 2 hours, it has definitely lost something. But yeah, he's an original. He is an original of NXT, someone that I got a lot of respect for. I remember his match against Jushin Thunder Liger, and that was awesome. That was a lot of fun. And he really was like a big deal. He was like a big star for them. He was never quite someone that was going to get the big title, but he was someone that would have held that mid-card championship multiple times. And he's just, what he's doing now is he's just sort of jobbing. Do you know what I mean? They bring him in to just job out, really. I mean, like, I expect him to do the job here and job out to Santos Escobar. And, I don't know, Breezango just not really up there with the top teams either when it comes to the tag teams. And I feel really sorry for him. I don't know how he gets out of this position that he's in now, you know. He went to the main roster, it didn't work out. He's back in NXT and now he's jobbing out. Like, I don't think he minds it too much. I should imagine he would want better, but I think he's probably just happy that he's a wrestler and he's wrestling, and do you know what I mean? But he's got to be frustrated. And I do feel frustrated for him. It's hard. Seemingly he's done nothing wrong. I've always found him quite entertaining. Fashion Vols I thought were fun. I thought they were genuinely good. Breezango as a team I always enjoyed, but so I feel for him. I feel for him. How many members of the Bullet Club are there? Well, and New Japan Friends would be able to answer that. They might be able to give you a number straight away. In my mind, it's about 6. Because you've got Kenta, you've got Switchblade, you've got Gorillas of Destiny, you've got Bushi, and I feel like there's at least one more I'm missing. So I'd say around Bad Luck Fale, of course. Is there anyone else I'm missing? I feel like there probably is. Maybe there's like 7 or 8. It's around that ballpark. Dazzle by Nature says, Days, BT Sport is showing NXT TakeOver live. I just saw the TV guide. They never did this before. Yeah, that's because TakeOver is 2 days, which it never has been before. So I believe BT Sport are showing day 1. I don't think they're showing day 2. Day 1 is basically next week's NXT. So rather than an NXT next week, we're getting day 1 of TakeOver. So that's why BT are showing it, because it's a little different this time around. But day 2 is on Peacock, the WWE network. I'm Burrin said, Days, how excited are you for the Hall of Fame?
Dazzle by Nature is a legend. They donated €5 via a super chat. Days, BT Sport is showing NXT TakeOver live. I just saw the TV guide. They never did before.
Yeah, we answered that one. I'm Burrin. I'm looking forward to it. It's always great to see people going in, but I've never streamed it before because it's a lot of people talking, and I'm not sure how we're going to do it. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it, but streaming it, I think it'll be a nightmare. Right, we've got...
Imran is a legend. They donated $2 New Zealand via a super chart. Days, how excited are you for the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I think it'll be all right. It'll be fun. I always enjoy the Hall of Fame, but I never stream it because it's, as I said, just people talking. Right, so what we've got right now is we've got something interesting with AEW. So QT Marshall lashed out at Arn Anderson, and this is quite interesting because these are students of QT Marshall that are beating up and laying out the Nightmare Family.
They donated $2 Canadian via a super chat. Cody with the inflated ego, as always, LOL.
Cody with an inflated ego. Wow, he's QT seems to be into this. QT is watching his students. So this is the Nightmare Factory students apparently beating up Cody and Arn, and Arn's arm gets smashed against the railings. Now they're grabbing some ring steps. So is this the arrival of a new faction? I don't mind this. They're gonna, I mean, like, again, look, they're trying to introduce some new talent. This has come from QT's. Oh, look at the blood on Dustin. Dustin is busted. He's got blood coming down his face. They've got ring steps on the entrance ramp. And look at that, they're wiping his blood. They're wiping his blood onto their t-shirts. Looking for a pile driver on top of the ring steps. This is all right, you know. QT Marshall's never been on my radar. I don't know much about him, but it's kind of interesting, what with him being like a trainer and him having all these trainees doing his work for him. They've got Cody being held in the ring. Big body shot there. I don't know who these guys are. We're still underway with Tyler Breeze against Santos Escobar. It's a fun little match over there. But the bigger talking point, I think, is coming from AEW. I think they had a better opening match. I think this is a bigger segment. Now they've got Cody, QT Marshall with a chair, and look at this. It started off as an exhibition. Red Velvet's come down. Brandy Light. The Brandy replacement. Brandy 2.0. So Red Velvet has come racing down and said this is enough. QT was about to smash the chair over the head of Cody. And Baby Sham has come down. So there we go. It wasn't Brandy, it was Baby Shell Baby Sham that made the save. Right, Carnage on NXT as well. Santos wins. MSK have come running down. We've got grizzled young veterans on the screen. That was good. Grizzled young veterans. The grizzled young cowards, says Novfreeze. Keep the belt on Bobby and have Ricochet and Keith Lee help him beat Drew and the Hurt Business. Then Lee can turn on Bobby, says Andres Lopez. Feb074 says, Days, if Bobby beats Lesnar, I'd keep the title with him till Mania and have Cross beat him. Not only does Bobby get his moment and become a bigger star, but Cross becomes the next big thing. Yeah, you could go that way. You'd want to build Cross up, but if you brought Cross up after Mania this year, then that would give you 12 months to build him, and that's enough time. You got to remember that when they go to Raw and SmackDown, they're sort of known, but not really known. There's only like 600,000 that watch NXT, so it is a different ball game when you go to Raw and SmackDown. We got Austin. That's interesting. So Austin Theory is going into the Battle Royal, and he says, what about the finger poker Doom? What if Austin Theory thinks that he's going to finger poke Johnny?
Via a super chart. MSK bye-bye. Woo.
That could be interesting. He just said finger poke of Doom, and Johnny was like, that's right. If, like, in his mind is thinking, if Austin Theory wins finger poke of Doom, he'll go down. I can pin him. But they didn't specify who would be finger poking who. I like that. And if I was them, I'd have Theory win this thing. Have Theory win it. Have them go face to face. Have them argue over who's winning the finger poker Doom. And then the result is a match. And then you keep them together and you could cause tension then. Because if Austin Theory wins that match, I wouldn't kick him out of the way. But you could explore all the drama that happens as a result. So I kind of think that's fun. That's fun. We just saw a dog, by the way, on its way to NXT. Whose dog was that? Was that Beth Phoenix? I don't know. I don't know whose dog it was. Taya Valkyrie's dog. Oh, okay. Is she known for having a dog? Interesting. I did like that line as well, where he turned around and he said, the finger poker Doom killed the business. And he's like, but we're still here. Yeah, you're right. The finger poker Doom killed the business. That was all right. That was. Whenever there's a away segment, you don't quite know what you're going to get. I thought the therapy stuff was a bit rubbish, but I've seen some segments from them that are really fun. So, damn it, I missed the dog. Big boy Dally said definitely wasn't Roman. He's a big dog. Daniel said the black guy who hit Cody is Anthony Ogogo. He was a bronze medalist in the 24 Olympics from the UK. He was 14-0 in boxing, forced to retire due to an eye injury. He was signed when AEW started. Is that true? Is that true? I didn't know that. That's amazing if so. That's a great signing. Days TakeOver Night 1 is on the USA Network and on Peacock. Ah, is it? Is it? Are you sure? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Why would they put Night 1 on both? If I'm the USA Network and I've paid a load of money to have NXT, and 1 week you're going to make it available on the network at the same time, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Are you sure? In my mind, Night 1 is on the USA Network. Night 2 is on Peacock. I don't know that Night 1 would be on both. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? They don't put NXT on USA and have it on the network at the same time. So why would they do that with Night 1? I don't know. I'd want to see that confirmed. Alex Bloomfield said Andrade was offered NXT. He said he didn't want to go down. He would love to do more in WWE. So Triple H said, come back in 4 or 5 years' time. It's a bit weird. I'd love to do more with WWE. Sure. Come back 2026 and we can do some stuff. Weird. Right, Jon Moxley is making his way down. How long are we? 14 minutes from the halfway point. I think AEW's been very good tonight. Right, Moxley. Is this Moxley against... Is that Bonini? Is that Cesar Bonini? Yeah, I think it is. We're backstage with EO. It's Taya's dog, says Cal. Right. Here comes Candice. We've got Candice and Indy Hartwell. Candice was doing lots of, like, movements, and I think she wanted Indy to do some as well, but Indy didn't seem that interested. Candice goes over to the corner. She's got, like, black wings. She gets into the corner again, doing her theatrics. Who are they facing? Oh, Priscilla. Priscilla Kelly and, is that... Who's... I don't know who the other one is. Interesting that they're not giving Priscilla Kelly much of a build. She's just out a jobber entrance for Priscilla Kelly. They're really pushing Zoe Stark, but not doing much for Priscilla Kelly, are they? Candice and Indy versus Priscilla Kelly. And I don't know who the other woman is. They didn't announce it. Some mystery woman. GG someone. GG someone, I heard. I can't wait for WrestleMania with fans. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be good. Get some atmosphere back again. They have been greatly missed. Greatly missed. Priscilla Kelly backs up into the corner, charges over, goes for a kick to the side of the head of Indy Hartwell. Indy planting Priscilla Kelly into the corner. Picks her up, side slam. Going for the pin. And shoulder up by Priscilla. Indy looking a bit confused there. Indy backs into the corner. Candice gets tagged in. She grabs Priscilla Kelly. Kicks out at Priscilla Kelly. Kelly into the corner. Candice kind of just charged over. Priscilla Kelly moved out the way. She still ran into that middle turnbuckle. Back elbow by Kelly. In comes GG. Oh, what's her name? Zaina Romero? I thought they said Gigi. Who the flip is this woman? I swear they said Gigi earlier. Zaina is her name. Inzaguri. Nice. Honestly, the intro at the start, you didn't even see it. It was like that. The names came up. They went as soon as they came up, they were gone. There was a bit of a botch when they showed who these women were. Spinebuster. by Indy. So the Way back in control over on AEW. We're underway with Moxley against Cesar Bonini. Why would Charlotte leave WWE? Why would Charlotte leave WWE? I don't think she would. I think she gets paid very well. She would only go if she felt that
Mike Ziegler is
she
a
was being
legend.
disrespected.
They donated $2 Canadian via a super chart.
Mike Ziegler.
Days, would you punch Nia Jax?
Punch. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. I'll say yes. I think if in doubt, just say yes. I definitely would. Day and night, mate. Day and night. Cal W95, shout out to you, buddy. Hope you are well. Hope you are enjoying this Wednesday night action that we're being served. I just messed up the clock. There we go. Fixed it. I fixed it. Don't worry, I fixed it. Oh, wait. I've got someone that reads it out, mate. She'll read it out in a second. I don't do my own reading anymore. Reading is overrated.
95. D is a legend. They donated £5 via a super chart. Sorry to be a pain if you've already said. Is NXT getting its own live stream Tuesdays?
Yes. Not a pain. Absolutely. We are going to be covering it on a Tuesday night, and we'll be doing AEW on a Wednesday. So, yeah, it's good. It's much better. Much better. It makes it so much easier to really fully focus on the little details, which do, I'll hold my hands up. They do pass me by. It's impossible to catch everything on both shows when they're on at the same time. So, yeah, really looking forward to it going to separate nights. Hope you are well. Candice says she's coming for what is hers. She's got like a white line down here. I don't like it. Right, we've got Shotzi and Ember coming out in the tank. The NXT Women's Tag Champs making their way down. Okay, we got the Way in the ring. Did you just say that our titles are yours? You've lost your damn mind. Okay, so they've accepted the challenge. So it's going to be Ember and Shotzi versus Indy and Candice for the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. Okay, she just completely no-sold that. She just got hit by whatever came out of that cannon, and she absolutely no-sold it. I don't even think she noticed that she got hit. She was talking to Candice, this thing hit her, and she was like... She probably needed to go down and, like, sell it. But instead, I don't even think she knew it had happened. She was talking to Candice. And this thing just hit, and she was like... What? Did the thing just fire? Oh. EO, forearm strike. To Raquel. Dakota's back there as well. Got a few officials. Face first. EO into that backstage trunk. Dog again. Dog alert. Bum, 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 bum. The dog's gone inside the building. The dog is inside. It says employees only. It's running down the corridors. Oh, my God. What's with the dog? It's a good question. What is with the dog? What does the dog say? The dog! It's the dog! We got Team Taz. Right, NXT has gone to commercial break. We're 5 minutes from the halfway point. Oh, MJF's gift now. It's time for MJF's gift. Okay. Boys. He's got a tailor? New personal pinnacle stylist. Okay. An interior decorator. Opens the door and the inner circle are inside the rest. Why are the inner circle in the restroom? Hager was blocking the exit way, so the inner circle are... Have they been standing there all day? They've just been standing, waiting there for hours. They've been in those toilets for hours. Right, inner circle, attacking the pinnacle. Shawn Spears gets driven into the wall. Ooh, lovely GTS in a corridor by Sammy. Hager's down and Sammy slamming this door onto Hager. Onto Shawn Spears. They do look a little similar. Goes through a big strike there. We got Hager with Wardlow. Ooh. Plants him through that medical table. That massage table. We're out back. This must all be around Daly's place. Wow, he just went into the ice bath thing. This is kind of cool. Again, he's trying to... He's broken off a bit of chair. He's got a bit of wood in his hand now. This is good. Good segment. Dax is really busted open. Can I just tell you that right now there is no competition as to what the better show is? I think AEW and NXT, this is a big dub for AEW so far. I thought they had the better match at the start. I thought the QT, this is actually one of my favorite Dynamite episodes. Nothing I've seen so far has been bad. I probably didn't need the Moxley match, but MJF getting his head shoved down a toilet by Jericho. So he start coming out, though. I do rate her on NXT. Oh, wow. MJF face first into that Pepsi refrigerator. Wow. This is our dressing room. So, Inner Circle absolutely destroying the Pinnacle. JR says they're taking out the trash. Big fan of Zoe Stark. Big fan of Zoe Stark. She's got quite the match on her hands tonight, though, against Raquel Gonzalez. They take the Pinnacle logo down, and that was a good segment. That was a good segment. Hard hitting. No silliness. Felt like a proper brawl. This Dynamite is really good. This Dynamite is really good. Priscilla Kelly is Gigi Dolin now. Oh, okay. Silly. Yeah, everyone knows her as Priscilla Kelly. Oh, they do love changing names, though, don't they? They do love changing names. Right. So we've got Zoe Stark and Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel Gonzalez versus Zoe Stark. Right. Let's check this out. Don Callis. He chose you. He chose you and your brother. You chose to leave him in the ring. So Don Callis is putting all of this onto the Bucks. Are you so dead inside that you don't feel anything for the people that loved you? I love how Don Callis is spinning this. I think Don Callis has been great. I heard someone criticizing him the other day, saying that he was awful. He was rubbish. I disagree. I think his promos have been very good. I think he's really added to Kenny. But I think their problem actually was apparently he's not been a great booker for Impact. Slapped by Don Callis. Don Callis slaps Matt Jackson. Elbow drop by Raquel Gonzalez. And again, right onto the chest of Zoe Stark. Shoulder up. Oh. Don Callis says, is there anything inside you at all? Matt, you are truly pathetic. Powerful. What have I missed? You missed quite a bit, bud. You've missed quite a bit. We just saw Inner Circle and Pinnacle brawling. We had two good opening matches on both shows. You know, I mean, like, in all fairness to NXT, tonight is a go home. So, in all fairness to them, you know, there's not really much they can do shock surprises wise because everything's set for next week. So, do have to bear in mind this is a go home for them. Knee to the midsection by Zoe Stark. He gets thrown into the corner. Nice back kick there by Zoe Stark. They are giving Zoe Stark some offense here. It's clear that they see something in this woman. She moves out the way. She pulls down the top rope. Raquel Gonzalez goes over the top. Zoe Stark going up. Crossbody to the outside. Gets caught by Raquel Gonzalez. She's got Zoe Stark up on her shoulder, but Zoe reverses. Dakota comes round. Big strike by Dakota. Zoe Stark goes after Dakota. She gets clotheslined over the barricade. So Dakota goes. Nice duck underneath. Grabs the arm. Nice knee strike. Forearm strike. Back elbow. Lovely low kick. Man, they are making Zoe Stark look good. Nice knee to the side of the head as well. Raquel Gonzalez is down. Ooh, near fall. Yeah, I don't mind these matches because we haven't known Zoe Stark for long. This is only like what, a fifth, sixth match. So all of this is a great little insight into what she's about and what she brings. We're still kind of learning about her. And I still feel that this isn't her final form. I still feel that she is missing a gimmick. Or maybe gimmick's not the right word, but like her ring attire is quite unfocused. Oh, look at that. 1, 2. Net breaker off the top. It's like an eclipse. Look at this move. not seen her do that before. Over the top goes Zoe Stark. Elbow drop by Raquel Gonzalez. Goes for another spin kick, but gets caught. Power bombed. 1, 2, 3. And Raquel Gonzalez just gets a win. She manages to hit a big power move on Zoe Stark and get the job done. But that was a good showcase for Zoe Stark. I don't think there was any denying that Raquel was winning this. I don't think anyone thought that Zoe was going to win this. Not this close to TakeOver. But man, did they give us some offense there. That title is mine, EO. And EO is coming down. The champion jumps into the ring, and we're seeing these two going at it. Duck underneath by EO. Nice drop kick. Raquel goes out the ring. Over by the ropes, and EO going straight out after her. Throwing in some big strikes. Hurled into the ringside area. The plexiglass. So EO is down. Dakota's back. Wow. Fun. Good. This isn't a bad episode of NXT. But I definitely feel that AEW is comfortably ahead. And we will do halftime scores soon-ish. We are past the halfway point, but we'll just wait for one of the shows to go to a commercial break first, which shouldn't be long. Omega and Good Brothers about to face Lucha Bros and the Laredo Kid. And there's the dog again. There's the dog again, guys. Going up some steps. Look at it. It's loving it. We are NXT. That dog might be my favorite new superstar. Might win Newcomer of the Year. The dog again. What do you think of Chris Harris being James Storm's backup? Hang on. James Storm in Impact. I don't watch it, so I can't comment, I'm afraid. The dog is ready for his debut, says Knobfreeze. I'm not too sure who that is, to be honest, Warsaw Till I Die. I can't comment, but if someone's passed away, then obviously that's sad news. NXT. Oh, yes, we are at commercial break now for NXT. So do you want to get your halftime scores in? Days Andrade told WWE, he said that Garza is ready for a big push and get a haircut. He had gotten the haircut a few weeks ago after the Rose thing got cancelled. Got to feel sad for him. Can't wait for Money in the Bank this year. I'm guessing right now Keith Lee wins, says Big Boy Dally. Well, we don't quite know what the issues are with Keith Lee. We don't quite know why he's been out for so long. So that dog could have a better match than Bad Bunny. Yeah, it's a shame that dog hasn't got millions of social media followers. Otherwise, he might have a match at WrestleMania. LSW says 7 for NXT. Brony says 6.75 for NXT. Ahmad says NXT 5.1. John says NXT 7.25. Warsaw Till I Die says NXT 6.5. Broken Dreams says NXT 6.75. Austin said I'm going to give both a 7. Jeremy says NXT 6. Big Boy Daddy says AEW 7, NXT 6. Jay says NXT 6.25, AEW 7. Shakeem says AEW 6.5, but NXT 6.6. Seb said, how do you think the storytelling of Cross has been? I think it's been good. I mean, I think he's done what he can. I think it's difficult because obviously he got injured and he was champion, and I think they've had to change a few things because I don't think they were planning on going this way. So, yeah, I kind of think they've done really the best they can, and the entrance is epic. I think Scarlett looks great with him, and they've given him some time to talk, some talking time, and he's done a very good job with it. His promos have always felt very realistic, very intimidating. I thought his match against Santos Escobar, I didn't quite understand that at first because he's clearly not a cruiserweight. So I didn't quite understand why they were putting him with Santos Escobar, but actually I thought the match was good. I thought that the fact Carrion had to basically overcome 3 guys made him look good. And actually, I thought the match was so good. It was one of the most interesting, exciting things I'd seen Legado del Fantasma be a part of. That I don't even think they came out of it like all that damaged. I think I just really enjoyed it. So I think the booking has been fine. I don't think it's what they had in mind. I think the injury got in the way, but I think the booking has been fine. And I'm really looking forward to him against Finn. So you'd probably say Carrion wins, or I would think Carrion wins. I think Finn's had a good run with the title, but I could see Carrion having needing a run more. I feel like we've done quite a bit with Finn. There's more that can be done, but surely Finn is there to make stars. And does it make much sense for Finn to retain? I think he loses it to Carrion. We got Kushida, we got Pete Dunne. We've still got that Battle Royal to come. I dare you to try and prove me wrong. Pete Dunne face-to-face with Kushida. Wow. I'd love to see them two go at it. Kushida versus Pete Dunne. Flip. Have we seen that match? I don't think I have. Love that match. A broken brotherhood based on betrayal. So we're looking at Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly and the build towards their match. That was what a moment. When he took out Finn, it was like, he's just super kicked Finn. And then, man, standing, arguing with Kyle. The Undisputed Era was holding me back. Boom! Wow. Turn away, John. Turn away. Right, how long have we got? I've only got 49 minutes left. Days, are you excited for NXT's move to Tuesdays? Yes, definitely. I think it's going to allow us to enjoy AEW more, pick up on more of the little details, or certainly for me, and NXT more as well, pick up on a few of those details. The details do matter, and as we said, it's very difficult when you try to watch 2 shows to pick up on all of those. So I am very much looking forward to just being able to sit down. Whenever they've done nights on different shows for whatever reasons, it's always been great. It's always been enjoyable. And as we said, we will be doing regular weekly NXT streams on a Tuesday and regular weekly AEW streams on a Wednesday. So we are still watching both shows. Why is the dog in the ring? Hello. I've not got that bit. BT are still showing Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Photo courtesy of New Japan. So we saw an image there of when Cole and Kyle faced each other in New Japan. My mom always pronounces it Finn Balor. Capsman says also TBS is now doing an animation situation on Mondays with Bob Burgers, Family Guy, American Dad, and Final Space. Even they're getting ready to lose Family Guy. Aiden, shout out to you. That's a nice suit, says Robin. John says these photos. This is kind of like a glimpse into John's heart, isn't it? All these moments right here. There they are, look. It's very emotional. John, are you crying right now? Please respond. Days WWE needs to do the promo war between MVP and Heyman. Whether it's Bobby versus Lashley or Roman. Just imagine Bobby and Lesnar, Roman standing there, and MVP and Heyman ripping each other apart. Could be good. I don't see MVP as being on Heyman's level, to be honest. I think he's a decent talker, but I think Heyman is maybe the greatest talker of all time. So, yeah, it'd be good to see. Do you remember when it was my brother's birthday? Shout out to you, Aiden. Warsaw Till I Die says, John, turn away. Turn away, John. Has he responded? Is he all right? We heard him about 5 minutes ago. Big Boy Dally says, how are you not crying? Oh, I'm dead inside. Austin said, John is going to tell Adam Cole that he loves this story with him and Kyle. I should imagine he's going to spend 30 seconds, 2 minutes to try and convince him to come back. I should imagine that he'll have like facts and information trying to tell him that he was better with Undisputed Era. Your win percentage as a solo star is only 52%, but when you was with Undisputed Era, it was 73%. I understand that you might need a break from time to time, so why don't we build in like a few weeks every couple of months where you can just go away and recharge the batteries? But you was actually more successful with the Undisputed Era, so maybe we should think about getting back together. What do you think, Mr. Cole, Adam Cole, please? I need it! I need it! I love you! Where have you gone? Why have you left? That's this is making me way too sad right now, says John. Ahmad said, this is awesome. I'm speechless. It's epic, innit? It's pretty epic. We've got a choir in the background now. There's like violins. Adam Cole. It is really good. I'm not laughing at how embarrassing or shoddy it is. It is epic. I'm laughing at how epic it is. Honestly, I don't... If you had the return of Jesus and Satan himself arrived, I'm not sure they would get a better video package. The battle that we've all been waiting for. Jesus versus Satan. Stand and Deliver. NXT TakeOver Thursday, April 8th. Only available on Peacock. That was big. I'm shattered now after that video package. Woo. Need to lie down. What's going on here? Is Casey back? I thought Casey was out forever. I thought she was out for like months and months and months, and she's back. Have I missed something? What's going on? Why are they back? Was something announced? I thought Kaden was going to be on her own for like a long time. Okay. Well, we're back. It's time for Tian Shah. Welcome back, Casey. Yeah, is it just me, or are they not making a big enough deal of this? I'm pretty sure I heard she was out for a long time. Like, I thought she was missing till the summer. And now, no, here she is climbing up the ring post. I'm very confused. Right, AEW hasn't had my attention as much. But we're still underway with this Omega, Lucha Bros, Good Brothers. Not feeling it. It's Casey and Caden versus Tian Shah. Is it? Is it? Is it? Are we seeing Tian Shah? The woman in the chair? I never saw that announced. When was this? Did I miss an episode of NXT? Did I miss an episode of NXT where Tian Shah said that she was going to have a match next week? And Casey returned and we were all shocked. And we were like, whoa, no way, she's back. Have I missed this episode? What's going on? I feel like the world's moved on and I've missed it all. Casey and Caden versus Tian Shah. It was announced. It wasn't announced last week. I don't remember sitting here seeing that announced last week. Was it announced on social media? Man, that's... I understand, like, using social media to make announcements, but I kind of feel like that's a big deal. Tian Shah making her in-ring debut. If she does anything supernatural. Oh, my flip. Oh, my flip. She better not. Because I'll get on a plane. I'll punch her in the face myself. Tian Shah. Is there an NXT Dark now? There must be. There must be an NXT Dark. In all fairness, they could have said something and maybe I missed it. I have to have the sound down. So, I don't know. Maybe there was something. Maybe they said on commentary that we were getting this match, or that Casey's made a healthy return, or I don't know. Warsaw says, Supernatural, please. No! 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 Stop it! No! You've already got The Fiend. Can't have more. See, you're never satisfied, are you? You're never satisfied. You want it all to be supernatural? No. Bad community. Young Bucks have come out on AEW. They're standing next to Moxley. Sure. They're going to turn on Mox, are they? No, they go after... No, they do go after Kenny and Don Callis. Okay. I know Don Callis slapped him, but I thought he might have slapped some sense into him. And the whole talk about family and everything. But no. Okay, right. Well, let's see how this goes down. We got Casey, we got Caden. Tag team matchup. So it's a tag team match of Tian. It's not a handicap match. So it's going to be Tian Shah and Xia Li working as a team. This has passed me by, man. This has totally passed me by. Austin says, hashtag make all wrestling supernatural. Sonny says, hashtag give us more supernatural. Listen, if I've got to get on a plane, get to Canada, punch you in the face, Sonny. Jump down to whatever creepy part of America Austin lives in and punch him in the face as well. Don't think I won't do it. Don't think I won't do it. And I understand that it looks bad threatening to punch certainly women in Sonny's case. But I stand by it. I really hate supernatural elements in wrestling. That's how much I hate them. I'm willing to publicly say that I will get on planes and punch key community members in the face. I'm willing to do that. That's the level of hatred I have for supernatural elements in wrestling. We haven't had any yet. I'm getting upset. We haven't even had any. I know what they're like. I know what this company's like. Austin says, don't punch me in the face. You're such a bully. Wow. You're crossing the line. You're crossing the line. You're breaking the unwritten rules. There's rules to this game, and you're breaking them. Warsaw Till I Die says, hashtag we love Supernatural. Warsaw is not that far away, let me tell you. Hang on. She's in the ring on her own. There is no Tian Sha. Ah, we've not even had anything. Right, guys, you're all safe. You're all safe. There hasn't been a Tian Sha. Woo. Right, Xia Li is in a handicap match. Do you know what? I had every confidence that NXT was going to treat me right. I knew it. I knew it. I knew they'd treat me right. Maybe some women would enjoy getting punched by Days. Don't make it a kinky thing. I don't know. People love that kind of stuff. I don't think they enjoy being punched. They might by me. My punches aren't going to hurt anyone. Let's put it that way. Don't for a second think I'm going around these places hurting these people. If you think that, then you are greatly mistaken. It's nothing more than an inconvenience, let me tell you. That's all it is. We are underway with this match. We've got Britt Baker. I always like to listen to Britt Baker. The Reba's laugh. Punch me, Days. Do it. I'm not taking... No, look, no. Guys, you are meant to fear me, right? That is what's meant to happen here. And if you're not going to fear me, then it's going to ruin everything, right? You're meant to fear me. I then say that I'm going to come round and punch. I'm not really going to come round and punch you. And even if I did, it'd be laughable. And you would find it, you wouldn't even notice. You know, earlier when Indy got hit with that thing from the cannon and she didn't even know, it would be the exact same reaction that you would have if I came round and did it. But it's not going to work if you're like, oh, punch me, punch me. That's not how this works. You're ruining this. Right, Kaden goes over to Tian Sha. Tian Sha grabs her by the throat. And she's blown some smoke in her face. That better not be supernatural smoke! That better not be supernatural smoke! Don't you dare try to convince me that she can produce smoke. She just had a bit of smoke and she went like that. That does not mean that is supernatural, right? There's people going, it's supernatural, she blew smoke. You can have smoke in your mouth. We don't know what she put in her mouth, yeah? We all see Triple H taking a drink of water and then he goes like that. Yeah? We don't all think that he produces gallons of water, do we? We're all right. It's okay. That can be explained. So she blows out smoke. You see, I still stand by this, right? I still stand by this. I can explain that. She easily could have got smoke into her mouth. I don't actually know how you get smoke into your mouth. I don't imagine that was cigarette smoke. But I'm sure there's a way of getting smoke into your mouth that you can then blow out. But I don't know how you do it, actually. But that is like, that's where people go, that was supernatural. She just produced smoke. Yes, but it can still be explained, you absolute lunatics. You can still explain it. If it's unexplainable, then it's supernatural. But you can explain that. So you can't say that's supernatural. So shut up. Just like with The Undertaker's career. Undertaker was supernatural. Everything he did. Can't explain all of that. Yes, I can. So how is he supernatural? He isn't. Idiots. Oh, I'm getting so angry now. You've upset me. And do you know why you've upset me? Because you're not taking my threats serious. How dare you not take me as a physical threat? Raquel has just hurled EO through a wall. That's where a lot of you are going as well. Through walls. Wow, this stream has taken a turn, hasn't it? I'd say the past 10 minutes where I was disrespected. Unbelievable. The dog's back! Yay! Oh, and it's found. See you April 13th. Heart. Frankie. 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 Frankie Valkyrie. We just saw some boots and the dog was like, giving it all that. Giving it large. And it said, see you April something. Frankie. Wasn't Coco Beware's parrot called Frankie? He's grown. He's grown. He's changed. It's been a few years, in all fairness. The dog has got magic powers. How has the dog got magic powers? Who said this? William, I'm punching you in the face, and I need you to be threatened by that. Frankie is the name of the dog. What? Hang on. The dog says, I'll see you on April 13th, but I've been seeing him on the whole show. So how does that make any sense? I'll see you on April 13th, but you've been here. I've seen you. I've seen you multiple times tonight. Surely it's the person connected to them legs that I'm seeing on April 13th. Aren't I? That's the name of the dog. Taya Valkyrie's dog is Frankie. Well, that made no sense. Why is the dog saying I'll see you on April 13th? I'm more interested in the legs, the person connected to the legs. I'm interested in that person. I thought that person was Frankie. This company. This company. This stream. We're in a dark place, guys. We're in a dark place. They're going to change the name to Frankie. John says, what if the dog improves the ratings? Jennifer says, I come around late and you've all turned Days into a broken dictator. Days, you will fear me. Community. Oh, look at him try. Stop it. No, you've come at the right time, Jennifer. It's been long time coming, this. This is where I stamp my authority. This is where I stamp my authority. This is where things change. Do you know what I mean? No more laughy, jokey. That's all gone. This is where things get real. Although if you haven't dropped a like on the stream,
Jennifer Lockhart
you
is
are
a
watching and
legend.
you haven't
They
subscribed,
donated $5 via a super chat. I come around late and you all have turned Days into a broken dictator. Days, you will fear me. Community, or look at him try. Black heart, black heart.
Do you know what? It hurts more having someone actually read that out and me have to listen to it. So I read it and and that hurt. And now I've just had to sit here and listen to this woman read it out as well. Oh, thanks. Dictator Days. LSW says, Days, you should punch the supernatural people in the face and then the pamper people who don't like... do you want me to punch everyone? Is that what you're saying? I can't do that. I get tired. I've only got about 5 punches in me, and then I need a nap. Look at Days try to be serious. Aww. You can shut up, Monica King. Don't know where you are, but you can be on my punch route. I can put together a little route around America where I go around and punch all the community members. But again, probably 5 a day max. 5 a day max, and then I'll need a little sleep. Who would like to get punched by Days? No one, Corey. I think you can see right now there's a lot of fear in the community. I don't like to do this, but sometimes when the community gets a little out of line, do you know what I mean? It is worth just kind of just knocking them back in. That's all. That's all. I don't believe in violence, to be honest. I'm a lover more than a fighter, but I do find that just the occasional threat is just enough. But that's our secret. Damn that super chat lady, says Cheese Whiz. I know, she's always had it out for me. She can get punched in the face as well. She's on the list. Right, 24 minutes. Seth says there is a lot of fear. I know. Lauren said Tian Sha is the name of the faction. They never said that she was wrestling. No, because the commentators did say that it looks like Tian Sha's not getting in the ring, so this looks to be a handicap match now. So I think it was implied that she was. Crossbody to the outside by Tay Conti. We got Bunny in the ring with a kendo stick. What? She's absolutely out on her feet. Bunny whacks Tay Conti in the midsection. Elbow drop. Tay Conti goes down. 1, 2, 3. Bunny with the pin. Bunny gets the pin. God, she looks crazed. Bunny looks absolutely crazed there. Tommaso Ciampa on NXT. Cameron said, Dace, did you see that WrestleMania is in the Thunderdome now? No. I would struggle to believe that. Ciampa with his necklace that his daughter made. Punch me, date. No, Edwin, we're not taking requests. You're meant to fear me. And those emojis don't help because it really gets across the message that you don't. And that's just not what I'm looking for. Brandon said, guys, if you want to get punched by Days, comment on my tweet. AEW is not live. No, it isn't. I heard it was taped. Austin says, can you punch me now? No! I'm not taking requests. Oh my God. You're ruining it. Look, let's all just move on from that conversation and agree that everyone was scared. Yeah? We're never going to go back to that conversation, but when we talk of it, we'll say everyone was scared. Okay? Agreed? Agreed. Right. Volta versus Tommaso Ciampa. Night 1. No, you are right. Look, USA and Peacock. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. USA and Peacock. Night 1. Why are they doing that? Oh, I'm going to punch them in the face as well now. Marko Stunt has got a tattoo of a screaming gorilla on his arm. No Days, punch us all, you scaredy cat. I'm not scared. Don't try and spin this around. Don't project your fear onto me. I disagree. Oh, here we go. We've got the arcade match now. So, arcade. We've got arcade cabinets all around the ring. We've got a prize area. We've got whack-a-mole. We've got the Teddy. We've got the Teddy Select machine, whatever it's called. The claw grabber, prize grabber, machine. Shut up. Joaquin said Days.
Uribe is a legend.
Oh,
They
you're
donated
asking for it.
$1.99 via a super chat. Days, what is your thoughts on Triple H versus AJ?
I think it was spoken about for a long time. I think it was from rumors based on an interview that AJ had made. I think everyone got carried away with it. I think it was never happening. I think I heard about nothing else for about 2 weeks other than that flipping match, which was never teased, never announced. It was never in the plans. It was all based on an interview from AJ Styles. Everyone got carried away. If you wanted AJ versus Triple H, then you are on the list to get punched in the face because you got way too carried away with it. Way too carried away. It all got out of control. Juan saying, punch me. Oh my God, Juan, that's not how it works. John says, my theory is no one wanted night one, so they're giving it away. But I am amazed. I am amazed. I will hold my hands up and say I am stunned. I do not understand. I do not understand why next week's NXT is going to be available on Peacock. I don't get it. Don't understand. Like, that's a week off for USA. USA is getting a show, but now people are half are going to watch it on the WWE network. Half are going to watch it. So it's going to kill their ratings. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they've done that. Perhaps they were in a rock and a hard place. Perhaps Peacock were like, okay, we've just given you $1 billion, so we're getting night one, yeah? And USA was like, okay, but we've had NXT from the start on a Wednesday, so we're getting night one. And so WWE was like, you're both getting night one! Yay! I don't know. It's a mess. It's just like this community. It's an absolute dumpster fire. Days, spin a wheel, and that's who you punch. We could bring that back. We definitely could bring that back. Wheel of Punch. See Wrestling says WWE have got an excuse then as to why the TakeOver ratings don't beat AEW. Sneaky. Perhaps they could say that all along. Yeah, well, we would have beaten AEW, but actually NXT was available on the network every week at the same time. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Shut up. Yeah, but it wasn't. It was. That's the only reason AEW is winning. It's good. You should work in their PR department, see? It's a good spin. Wheel of Fun. No, Wheel of Fun's not coming back. It's the Wheel of Punch. Everybody loves the Wheel of Punch. What was that? Has someone been punched? It's the Wheel of Punch. Dun-dun-dun. There we go. Blast of the Pack. There'll be a lot of people watching going, what the flip have I just said? But those that know. No.
Jennifer Lockhart is a legend. They donated $5 via a super chat.
Is she though?
No deal, darling. To be fair, why would I be scared? You've seen my kid. And just to toy with ya a bit, bring on the supernatural. Who ya gonna call? Kissing face.
Yeah, in all fairness, I have seen Lorelai, so that does, yeah. Why would you be scared? That is true. I'll give you a pass on that. Lorelai is definitely scarier than what I am. She did threaten to hit me with a hammer. So, do you know what I mean? I have a great relationship with kids. Me and kids, like, I don't know what it is. I think it's like, I try to be fun and, you know, we look at figures and kids magazine. I've just got this really great relationship. But it is also true that there is one out there that did threaten to hit me with a hammer. Legit. So, yeah, interesting. So that does explain, yeah, why you wouldn't be as scared. So you get a pass. You get a pass. Who you gonna call? Ghostbuster. Maybe that's what we need. Perhaps I could go into WWE as the leader of the Ghostbusters. maybe that's my calling in life. You know, like how Right to Censor went around and they censored stuff. Perhaps I can go in, just looking at any like moments of Supernatural, and then like the siren can sound, and out I come with my backpack on, just coming down, just like shooting laser beams. Maybe that is my calling. NBC owns USA and Peacock. Oh, so they win anyway. Which way? Oh, the plot thickens. The plot thickens. Here we go. Now it's making a bit more sense. I didn't know that. So I don't know who owns Peacock. I thought a zoo owned Peacock. Right, we've got Miro using one of them
Austin
soft
316
mallets.
is a legend. They donated $5 via a super chat. Punch me days. Hit me hard, make me bleed. Supernatural wrestling is the best. Now punch me in the face as hard as you can, Big D.
That is the single creepiest super chat that has ever been sent on this channel. That is freaking me out. There's not a single part of that I found comfortable. Not a single part of that is sitting right with me. All that this is hell right now. We are streaming whilst people are sending in some of the perviest comments I have ever heard. That was straight up dark right there. That was dark. I feel like I've stumbled into 50 Shades of Days. That's what we've stumbled into. I don't know how we get out of this now. I don't know how. We've had a laugh with it. Yeah, we've had a bit of fun. But now I'm at the point where my skin is actually starting to crawl. Oh! There must be a way out. There must be a way out of this. Guys, if ever you find yourself in a bad, dark situation, there's always a way forward. There's always a way out. I can't find it in this case, though. I can't find it right now. But there's a way out. Hey, look at what Miro's doing. Wow. Yeah. This might be it. So we're at commercial break. We're on NXT, and we got Orange Cassidy firing in shots to the midsection. Wow, look at him go. Knee to the midsection by Miro. Orange Cassidy over in the corner. There's a chair set up in the corner. Back elbow. And we are well underway with this arcade match. This arcade... What's it called? Arcade match. Arcade. Yeah! Arcade! And Orange Cassidy on the outside. We're just seeing Battle Royal participants making their way out. We got Peter Dunne on stage right now, the Bruiserweight. Isn't it funny how they call him the Bruiserweight? We've got William Hensey. William Hensey. Woo! Let's have a look and see what William Hensey's up to. Into the corner goes Miro.
William Hensey is a legend. They donated $5 via a super chat. Perv Corner doesn't in any way promote or have anything to do with Austin's super chat.
I would have thought Perv Corner would have been fully appreciative of that super chat. I would have thought that would be one that they'd be cutting out and saving, to be honest. I would have thought that would have gone straight into the Perv Corner Hall of Fame. So, yeah, I mean, this is out of control. There's people pleading for me to punch them now. Wow. I didn't need it to go there. I didn't need it to go there. I honestly thought that you lot would be fearful. I think in a way you probably still are. I think you're masking that fear with humor. I think that there's a lot of scared people that are masking that fear with humor. I understand it. I think we all understand it. But I think that's the real truth. I think if you're joking about it, you're actually exposing just how scared you really are. I think those that are staying silent are the ones that are probably least... They're so unintimidated. They're just staying quiet on the subject. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to get involved in this. I'm not scared by this guy. Yeah? But I think the fact that pretty much the whole community has had something to say on it doesn't reflect well on you. That's all I'm going to say. Doesn't reflect well on you. I think we can all agree I've won the stream. I'm the winner. I've won. Dexter Loomis is just stood in the corner, by the way. Into the prize stand goes Orange Cassidy. Punch me down, my God. Days, I've had a hammer dropped on my head. I'm not scared. That would explain some of your comments, Sandman882. King said, Days, WWE made the most stupid decisions I've ever seen. They broke up the Hurt Business and the Undisputed Era. Butter Sparks says Loomis is just standing still. He is. He's in the corner. No one's interacting with him. He's literally just standing there watching all of this play out. Chuck has got one of the bears, and inside was Lego. So Lego was in one of the bears, and Lego is... Austin Theory is safe. I could see this getting down to Theory and Loomis. Although he's kicked up and now his feet are on the floor. He's just eliminated himself. Oh, Austin Theory! He got knocked out the ring. He kept his feet up and then he tried to kip. He kipped up on the outside. And the ref was like, but your feet are on the floor now? Oh, what a silly Billy. What a silly Billy. Now that is hardcore. Theory is stupid. I thought he was going to win it. I thought that finger poke of doom was a bit of foreshadowing. Kushida flips. They're trying to eliminate Bronson Reed. I'm not sure if there's an overrun. Against the ropes goes Kushida. Flips off the rope. Double back elbow. Austin says Theory is out. This is the 34th street match all over again. Yeah, I gotta say, man, honestly, I thought the first hour of AEW was good. And I think, like, maybe the first hour, 10 minutes, and I don't know, I'm not feeling this. Big kick by Kushida. Kushida, Pete Dunne, face-to-face in the ring. Days, if you punch me, I swear, I will swear the most I've ever sworn. I won't stop swearing if you punch me. Okay, okay. Because of the pain. Makes sense. Is that Chris Statlander? Chris Statlander has grabbed... knee to the midsection. Slightly different face paint. She picks up, plants Penelope Ford through that air hockey table. Kushida going after Pete Dunne. We're apparently down to the final 6, but I didn't see as to who they were. I was watching Penelope Ford get put through that table. I think this arcade thing is the kind of thing that will split people. It's kind of like a big brawl with, like, arcade machines around ringside. The Lego spot, it's just a spot. There's nothing... It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Big strike by Miro. I've definitely seen way worse from AEW when it comes to these gimmick-heavy matches. There hasn't really been anything here that's been that offensive. Or anything that's been, like, silly. It's been okay. I still think this has been a very, very good episode of Dynamite. I thought the first hour and 10 minutes were really good. Miro going crazy with a chair. NXT has gone to the commercial break. What happened to the Battle Royal so far? Well, apparently we're down to the final 6 and then we went to commercial break. Edwin! I'm not punching anyone. That's it. I'm not punching anyone. Orange Cassidy, and what are they doing? They are slowly crawling their way up that end. They were slowly just like doing this. But there is a vehicle that's arriving. Is that his mom? Is that Sue? Yeah, it is Trent's mum's Sue. Little kiss for Sue. Sue. So Trent's returned. So the best friends are reunited. We got Chuck, we got Trent, we've got Orange Cassidy. They're going after Miro. Okay. Patrick O'Neill, shout out to you. Days, I will pay you £2.50 for you to punch. Oh my God. Patrick! I'm not doing it, Patrick. I'm not doing it. I'm not punching anyone anymore. People have shown that they're too fearful with all the humour that was in the chat. It's me, Reese, says, Days, why are you being mean? When was I mean? Do you mean when I was threatening to punch you?
Patrick O'Neill is a legend.
That is quite
They
me.
donated £2 via a super chart. Days, I will pay £2.50 for you to punch me, okay? Deal.
That is good money, in all fairness. That is good money. He is bringing the big bucks. So we are down to the final 6, by the way. We've got Dexter Lumis, LA Knight, Bronson Reed, Leon Ruff, Isaiah Swerve. Is that 6? Isaiah Swerve, Leon Ruff, Dexter Lumis, LA Knight, Bronson Reed, and Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes was down on the floor. So there's the 6. An empty gaming cabinet has been picked up and thrown. Why was that empty? Why was that not a one that was working? It was an empty. It was just the wooden cabinet that Miro just picked up. Miro gets put through table. So you're telling me that Pete Dunne is out of the Battle Royal? I am telling you that. I am telling you that. William says, I don't want Days punching me because I don't want to hurt him. I'm not punching anyone anymore, William. Plus also, you live in the middle of nowhere. I'm not coming all the way out in the middle of nowhere to punch you. Especially because, like, you're related to Danny Hodge. And I just don't think that's going to work out well for me, if I'm being perfectly honest. You get a pass, William. You're the only one that gets a pass. This is by far the best Arcade Anarchy match I've ever seen, says Esteban. That is true, actually. I will give it that. It is the best one. Best friends hug in the middle of the ring. Honestly, I think this Arcade Anarchy thing's like 3 stars for me. Right, Chris Statlander hugs. There's Sue. And that is the end of AEW. So, right, Cameron Grimes has got some money. We're down to the final three. We've got Dexter Lumis. We've got LA Knight. We've got Cameron. I'll take his money. Cameron Grimes says, I've got the money. You go that way, jump out. You go that way, jump out. There's no way you're buying Lumis. I'd love it if he bought LA Knight. The money goes flying. Cameron Grimes gets thrown over the top. So we're down. So the order is Leon Ruff, Isaiah Swerve, Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes, and we're down to the final two. LA Knight in there with Dexter Lumis. AEW has finished, by the way. LA Knight having a good look at Dexter Lumis here. Lumis hasn't done much in this Battle Royal. Strike by Lumis. Grimes is out. I bet NXT wins the ratings this week, says Two Doors to Choose. I wouldn't think so. There hasn't been any reason for them to win the ratings. There wasn't really anything major announced, and they're normally a good couple of 100,000 behind, so I wouldn't think so. In between the ropes goes Lumis. Lumis is going to win. He's trying to pick up LA Knight. Is on the outside, Lumis. LA Knight. LA Knight looking good. Charging over. Goes through the ropes and to the outside. So he's still in this. LA Knight wins. LA Knight wins. Lumis was on the edge of the ring and LA Knight went through the ropes, pulled him out. And as a result, LA Knight wins. So the order is Leon Ruff will be out first. Then it'll be Isaiah Swerve. Then it'll be Bronson Reed. Then it'll be Cameron Grimes. Then it'll be Dexter Lumis. Then it'll be LA Knight. So one of those is going to be victorious on night one. And the winner will face Johnny Gargano on night two. You're going to hang with me. Good luck. You're going to need it. Right, EO's music has hit. Why is EO coming down? Why is EO coming down? EO's come down. EO wants to say a few words. Raquel Gonzalez! EO, yeah, EO. Right, here is Raquel Gonzalez coming down. These two are brawling. All right, down comes the women's locker room, trying to separate them now. What are them women doing? Most of them are on the outside of the ring, not doing anything. In the ring, they're trying to hold her back, but Raquel Gonzalez, these women are not... There's how many women? 20-odd women, and they're not able to hold two women back. What? One of them, Io Shirai, is about the same size as Thumbelina. I don't understand. A bit nonsensical, this. Of course, big multi-person spot. Crossbody by Io. Io needs her Hong Kong Fooey book. The women's locker room, yeah. Couldn't separate them. So, things we've learned. The rest of the women's division is trash. They can't separate Raquel Gonzalez and Io Shirai. It's not possible. The women are not strong enough. 30 women are not strong enough. Can I just say, everyone is down whilst Io Shirai is walking around screaming her head off. They've got superpowers. Io's got superpowers. She's keeping them all grounded. Look, even Raquel is just lying there whilst Io Shirai is shouting at her. What is this ending? Stupid? This is stupid. This was still better than Raw. Well, yes, that is true. That is true. Right, get your scores in. Get your scores in. What did you think of the shows? What did you think of the shows? For the first time in history, I fell asleep for a minute during AEW. Yeah, I wasn't... Was that during the arcade thing? Raquel Gonzalez is the female version of Kane without the mask. Don't we see this every time where a locker room full of wrestlers just can't pull two fighters apart? Just let them fight, says John. They do a decent job of pulling apart the guys on like Raw, for example, but they tend to pull them apart. What you tend to see is they'll pull them apart and then they'll be like, right, are you calm? And then that wrestler will go in a moment where they're like, right, come on, we calm, yeah. And then like they'll catch him off guard. Here, they just couldn't do it. They couldn't separate him at all. In fact, a lot of the women were just standing around, not even really trying to. Didn't really... It kind of felt like maybe William Regal said, get out there, separate it. And some of the women went out and were like, can't be bothered. It was a bit weird. It's a bit weird. I don't know. Kushida Dunn was announced. Cool. NXT was 7.5, AEW 6.5, says Judy. Monica says AEW 7.5, NXT 7. Michael, shout out to you. 8 for NXT, says Sunny. Both get a 9. Jay says AEW 7.75, NXT 7. John says 7.3 for both AEW and NXT. 10 out of 10 for the dog, though. Biruk says, can I get one more shout out? My birthday is almost over. Absolutely. Shout out to you, Biruk GTS. Today says NXT 8. Austin says, I'm going to give it 7 punches from Days out of 10 for both shows. Days, how about on the last night of TakeOver, the India brand comes out and attacks? I don't know where we are with that, to be honest. Certainly make a statement. AEW 8, I was sports entertained. John Costello says the dog should be the next 24/7 champion. Brad says AEW 8.5. I love the whole card. NXT 7, says John Cena Gamer. Right, I'm feeling pretty good about my scores this week. Normally I sit here and I'm like, oh, I'm not sure, I don't know. I'm saying 7.75 for AEW. I think AEW was a very good show for an hour and 10 minutes. I thought Inner Circle and Pinnacle was excellent. I thought the first match with Christian Cage is maybe the best match that I've seen this week out of all of the matches. I thought it was a very, very good show. Hour and 10 minutes. And then that last 50 minutes, I don't know what happened. It just wasn't grabbing me. I think it was like Omega and Good Brothers. And no, it didn't mean anything. I just wasn't interested. I mean, like, the talent was okay. But I just didn't care, to be honest. I just didn't care. And so that match didn't really do it for me. Main event with the arcade thing, I just want Miro to be a killer. And he looked good at times during that, but it was just spot after spot after spot. I'm going to throw you through this. Now the teddy bear's got Legos in it. And it was just like, it was just a spot match. So it was what it was. I think the AEW fans are going to love it. It wasn't offensive. It doesn't like damage the score all that much, but I would have loved it to have been like a hard-hitting brawl. Someone, just getting thrown into the odd machine. I didn't need a teddy bear to have Legos in it. I certainly didn't need Sue. I hate Sue. She can get punched in the face. I'll tell you now. She's number 1 on my list, actually. Sue's probably up there. Number 1 on my list, punching her in the face. So, I didn't need Sue. Trent coming back was fine. I was more excited for Chris Statlander coming back. I think that was good. But, yeah, it felt a bit spotty, that match. Felt a bit of a spot fest. But not much to damage the score. Still a really, really good episode of Dynamite. So 7.75 for me. NXT, not as good. I think it's about a 7. I could go to a 7.25. I really enjoyed Zoe Stark, Raquel. Raquel Gonzalez and Zoe Stark, I really enjoyed. I thought the Battle Royal was fine, but not spectacular. It had some moments. I thought the Ways segment was good. It felt like a solid go-home show. Wasn't really anything offensive in there. Wasn't really much that excited me either, to be perfectly honest, outside of Zoe Stark, Raquel Gonzalez. First match of the evening with Roderick Strong and Cameron Grimes was decent, but I wasn't a fan of the ending. And the video package was epic for Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. That was very good. One of the big talking points this week was a dog. A dog. And that kind of sums up this week's NXT. It's pretty solid. And Tian Sha, she can blow smoke. We've seen people spit green mist and things like this before. That doesn't mean that it's supernatural. Green mist isn't supernatural. We've seen we've seen Asuka doing it. There's a way of doing it and it being explained. She doesn't produce the green mist. And Tian Sha doesn't necessarily produce the smoke. Please don't go supernatural with that storyline, Triple H. Otherwise, I will punch him in the face as well as Sue. So, and Tian Sha. So those will be the top 3 on my list. Right. Sonny says, hashtag help Days punch people. Yeah, that's better. That's a better hashtag. Help me punch people. NXT 7, AEW 735, says Trey. That's fair. I can see that. Go Supernatural, says Austin. Tori says, bye Days, have a good night. Yes, shout out to you, my friend. I think we are done, by the way. Days is calling out a 14-time champion. What, Triple H? Scared. Apparently, Taya Valkyrie is signed. She is. She was part of the class, the most recent class when they signed that Parker. They've signed that Parker guy as well. 2 Doors to Choose says, you've got my support. Punch everyone. Yay! Punches all round. William, shout out to you. Lauren asks, is there a stream tomorrow? Not too sure, to be honest. Not too sure. I can't answer it at the moment. Thursdays, maybe not, but there'll be something for Saturday, Sunday, because there's no UFC. I think there's a good chance we'll do like a retro watch-along on Sunday or something. And maybe the basketball. I know LSW wanted us to watch the basketball, which I think is on Saturday. And there isn't anything this weekend, so we might be doing a basketball watch-along. It's the semi-finals of March Madness. So, I don't know. I feel like that's a big deal, but no one's talking about it. And I don't know anything about it, so I might end up using tomorrow to look into that, to be honest. So, plus also, I've got to go around and punch a few people, so I need to factor that in. Days, look at the camera angry and punch at the camera. No, because Austin. That's exactly what Austin wants me to do. I'm going to say that NXT was 7-5. AEW 7-7-6. Yeah, these are all fair scores. Bye, Days. I will see you on Friday, says Corey. See you later, buddy. Seth says, I live in Spokane in Washington. Go Gonzaga. I don't know what that is. Austin says, basketball sucks and it's boring. But Butterspark says, yeah, basketball. Sonny says, hashtag gay days, go to Monica's house. One of them. For one of them. There's quite a few of you on the list for one of these. NHL Live. I don't know what's happening with the NHL. William says the NXT Women's Champ will help you. March Madness, also known as basketball rabies. Okay. I knew I would get the screenshot. Oh, damn. Damn it. We've just given it. Oh, I hate giving Austin what he wants. He's such a creep. Oh. I was tricked. I was tricked into giving Austin exactly what he wanted. Oh, I feel dirty now. Oh, I'm going. Right. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a great week. Have a great evening wherever you are. Rest assured, I am not going to be going around and punching people. I don't want anyone lying awake tonight wondering if that noise at the window is me sneaking in to deliver on my promises. Rest assured, you can sleep easy. I will not be going around and punching people. I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. And I respect you all. We just have bants. That's all it is. It's just bants. So rest assured, my friends. Rest assured, you are safe this evening. So thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support as always. And hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.